Are we live? Good evening everybody, my name is Shaman and this is NXR and we're bringing you today the Tier 1 opener of Season 4 at Bahrain. We hope this will be a memorable season for everyone involved, and especially, as well as some new drivers, some new teams, we've got some new people behind the scenes and including in the commentary booth. There is no longer any Chaotix, as I am now the lead commentator, and for that we need a new co-commentator. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello! I'm Lottie, and I'm going to be doing the comms with Shaman for this season. Do I have to say anything else? Is that all they need?
You can say whatever you like now. You can say whatever you like.
I've got creative freedom to do what I want. I'm just excited to see what happens this season, honestly. I'm just very excited. I don't like the proper F1 season. I'm excited to see what happens and who wins and who comes out on top.
We should be getting ready to go. Yeah, the countdown is on screen.
Exciting. Did you put in the Discord that we are live?
I'm just checking in the admin chat. Is it coming up for you?
Let me look.
Is the stream coming up for you? Because this is going to be very awkward if it's not.
Where is it? It goes in. It hasn't come up on the admin for the Discord.
If we're not live, then we might need to.
Hold on.
Is it not up? Oh fuck.
It's up, yeah, Bruno's saying it's up.
Oh, okay. It's not saying we've got any viewers, so I'm just not sure.
Bruno said he's watching.
Okay.
Oh, there we go, Jake put the link
Good.
the self-promote.
Cheers. Yeah, sorry, I can't really look at the stream right now, so
Don't worry, I'm on a I'm on the chat,
sure
I'm on the ball. Callum saying
good.
Callum saying season 4, baby.
Season 4 indeed. Shall we do a minute silence for Sir Frank Williams as soon as we load into the lobby?
I think it's absolutely necessary to do one.
Yeah, drivers can come out if they want because it's at the limit, but just do what you like. Okay, minute silence.
Yes.
Right, thank you for participating in that. We saw one driver come out just at the end there, but that's all fine.
Where's Tomzo?
Different for them anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
oh, sorry, go on.
we've got some chats. So Dale has said legendary commentating duo in the making. Same with Jensen said we have an awesome combo to commentate, and I'm excited for the race in T2 tomorrow.
Yeah, brilliant. We'll talk more about Tier 2 later, or even save that for the Tier 2 commentators, who they'll announce themselves when they're on stream. But for now, we'll be on this outlet for Tomzo. In fact, hold on, we're just gonna do all this, and while we're watching Tomzo, we can talk through the draft order, because if you weren't here last week, then you missed a lot, because you may be wondering why some drivers are here and some aren't. That's because there's been a change to the teams, which I will run you through now, along with an interesting fact for each of them provided by NXR Manoy, our stats
We
man.
love Manoy.
We do love Manoy. Can we get a we love Manoy in the chat?
We love Manoy.
But while we go about that, we'll go through the draft order. So, Tomzo, had the first pick for the Mercedes team, and he picked Icelandic Rob, the Tier 2 champion from last season. I think he's a fantastic driver.
Had a very good season, Rob did.
Yeah, very good season. Coming in a bit late, and he managed to just completely tear it up on the track.
Exactly, and it was a very good last race of the season with him, Scrivs, loads of them fighting it out. So yeah, it was very good, and Rob basically shone all season. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah. The fact that
we have a yellow flag in Sector 3.
Do we?
There was a yellow
I don't
flag
see any
in
car
Sector
that's
3,
retired, so we should be fine.
Maybe just an off. It looks like it's been cleared.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, it's there again. It looks to be a Alfa Romeo, but anyway, the fact for NXR for Icelandic Rob is he finished his first 31 races in the league in a row, from Azerbaijan in Season 1 to Russia in Season 3, but that was only to retire twice in a row in USA in Tier 2 and Azerbaijan in Tier 1. So interesting stat there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Second pick, McLaren, Ali. Had the second pick in the draft. He chose C. Davies, the second place runner from Tier 1 last season, which I think was an absolutely fantastic pick.
Yeah, it's a very good pick indeed, in my opinion, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
His fact will be linked with Gifted's fact, but I'll say it now. C. Davies is the only driver not named after a tasty treat to score more than 2 podiums in Season 3.
Wow. That's pretty good.
I'd be surprised if that's the case, but yeah, okay, fair enough, that's a fact. Mark Sousa was the third pick, brought to you by Yaps in the Ferrari, as Tomzo sets his first time of 1:35.666.
That's the benchmark for everyone to beat.
Is NXR Mark here? Yes, he's on an outlap, so I'll talk about it with him. I'll talk about him while he's on his outlap. Mark Sousa, a brilliant driver, failed at the literal last moment because his wheel had a malfunction, which led to an interesting commentary
just
moment.
at the fastest lap, 1:27.1, with Bruno going second, 1:27.5.
Yeah, brilliant lap times.
Yeah, they are really
in the Alfa
good.
Romeo. They're going to be a brilliant team this
Yeah,
season.
that will be a very good pairing.
But the fact about NXR Mark is he is the person that has had the most name changes.
Oh, really?
Starting off as Rocky Chop, then going over to Mark Sousa, Formula 1, then Rocky Chop 94, because he was 27, and now back to NXR Mark. The man can't decide on what people want to call him.
It's the indecisiveness.
As he starts his flying lap, hopefully he doesn't bottle it like he did in Abu Dhabi.
Have another set of laps come in. NXR Gifted a 1:26.6, and Artifact following behind with a 1:26.7.
Milkman coming out to finish his lap. He's going to put himself further at 1:27.1, and he is also the 4th pick in the draft. The Red Bull owner of Cow decided to pick him as his first pick, and why wouldn't you? He's been a very consistent driver up near the top for the last couple of seasons, I believe, but he has not yet won a title. He won a change that this season.
And a very good TP. He was a very good TP when me and you were racing with him as our boss, shall we say.
I mean, we don't have to talk good about him now. We're not under contract.
All of that gets blown out the window now.
Yeah, Milkman's fact is arguably the most consistent good driver out of anybody in NXR, finishing respectively 2nd, 3rd, and 3rd across all the seasons. Despite this, he did not win a race last year.
Wow.
He did not win a race last year, so that means he's a bit of a bottle job.
Good thing we aren't under contract anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Kimi R, the Aston Martin first pick, and Ali's second car pick. Kimi was a brilliant latecomer last season and performed very, very well. His fun fact and stat is managed to get 5th place in the standings last season despite only driving in 4 races.
Wow!
By comparison, Rio Fensum in Tier 2, I believe, needed 7 races to achieve the same result.
That's very impressive.
4 races, but P5 in the standings. Kimi is definitely one to watch this season, as we'll go to him on a lap. Sorry, I'm looking at these facts and not really giving you the best views right now, but this is why we're getting them out of the way in Q1,
in the
where
chat,
it's less important.
We've got definitely not sociopath saying Aston front row lockout, definitely. With the Aston lineup. We also have Callum saying Ali's got a stacked team this season.
He definitely
Which
does.
definitely does.
On to the
And
rest
also
of his
saying
picks
Gifted doing gifted things because he was P1, his lap has put in P4 because NXR Mark has gone with a 126.6. But Milsey's also got a 26.6 with Chaotix. They're all in the 26.6, but all at different stages. So it's very, very tight between the top 3 right now. And then Gifted is behind on a 126.6
Oh,
too.
Gifted is a 1,000th behind Chaotix. And we'll move on to Chaotix in a moment, because I do think it's quite interesting that he's already so high up. But currently, Scribs is our next pick, brought to you by Cal in the AlphaTauri. The 6th pick of the board. He did very, very well last season, from what I remember. His fun fact is he scored the same amount of points as Rob in Season 3, despite missing the Russian Grand Prix. If he'd have been there for that race, he definitely would have won the title. I'm just saying that now.
Little things like that that can turn a season on its head and affect things like that. But Scribs still had an undeniably good season racing against Rob for the title. And, you know, it was a shame that Scribs missed out, but you can't deny what he'd done. He was amazing last season.
For sure. And I think it's really brought to grasp why people have picked these drivers, because you miss one race, you could be out of the season completely. But these drivers have consistently showed up to most of, if not all, the races. So I think that's a testament to who is being put where.
Bruno is on an outlap. He is the only person that looks to be on an outlap. We have quite a few drivers that are doing laps. Kimi is on a lap, so is Dropass.
Oh, funny you should mention Bruno, because he was pick 7 in the draft, brought to you by Bradders' first team, the Alfa Romeo, which looks beautiful, can I just say?
Looks amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. LeBruno, our first, I believe, what was it, Season 2 champion?
Yes.
Season 2 champion, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's never really lived up to the same sort of heights as that he wanted to, but he's always been decent competition, and that's why he's kept his seat in Tier 1. The fun fact from him, if I can just find it, LeBruno, surprisingly the only driver to have won in all 3 seasons, and also holds the record for the most victories in a row.
Wow.
5.
That's very impressive.
Very impressive, and it's why Bruno's still here. Like, he's
a very impressive
driver. He's got
driver.
the potential. Very, very impressive. And he knows what he has to do in order to win. He just needs to get that all together.
And he knows what it's like to win as well.
Oh, definitely. And that provides a brilliant mentality. And he'll be great in that Alfa Romeo this season as he starts his lap.
100%. Gale Force to put in the chat, so when do I get demoted for lack of performance?
Never.
That's never happening. You can't escape us.
Yaps in the Haas has decided to put BRS Alex in his first seat for that team. BRS Alex, who I believe has changed his name to Alex Geno.
Yes.
If that's not him, we've been scammed.
No, it looks to be him.
He is in the Haas, so it does make sense.
We have not been scammed. It's fine.
BRS Alex's fact is, despite a podium at Australia, he holds the lowest average finishing position of all the main drivers in Season 3.
Kimi going with the fastest lap, by the way, at 26.2.
10.16 based on 6 of his finishes. The 9th pick, let me just check if he's actually on a lap right now. Where is he? I actually can't see him. Oh yeah, because he's changed his name. Perez, is he here? I actually can't see him.
Perez is
blind.
not unless he's changed his name.
I mean, he probably has, and I'm completely blind for it. But Perez, picked by the Williams, in the Williams for Tomzo. We'll be able to see.
Who have we got on a lap?
Who have we got on the Williams? Because I can't. We've got Artifacts.
Milkman has started a lap, so I'm going to ride on board with him and see what happens.
Yeah, sure. Let's go on.
Love the helmet design as well. The helmet design is very
yeah,
nice.
Artifacts. Sorry, I'm blind. Artifacts on a lap, and that's who we're on about. The chat were probably screaming at me there. Artifact. Yeah, he came back to us. I can't believe I didn't. That was me being dumb because I was looking for the wrong name. Artifact, or Perez's fact, as I believe that's what he should be under. He scored the most fastest laps across NXR last season, which was 4, doubling as all of his finishes. The only time he did not score a fastest lap was when he retired from Russia.
Oh wow, that's really impressive. And
speaking of, Millsy has retired. I don't think he crashed because I don't see a car on the track.
It seems to be just retiring because maybe safety, thinking, you know, he's that high up the grid in Q1.
He must think he's comfortable with his time.
It is a pretty comfortable time, but you have to remember that everyone is setting 126 down to Scripps, who is in 9th. So 1st to 9th, there's not a lot of time between them, and then we start to break into 127s.
Yeah, of course. He might be a little bit under the cosh. Kimmy definitely confident with his time, though.
Yeah.
The final pick of round 1 in the Alpine for Bradders is Jacko. Jacko is a fabulous driver. I have all the...
Yes, Jacko is a great driver.
In the world. But he is currently on a 33 race drive spell without a podium.
Oof.
Even beating Yaps' streak of 31 from the start of Season 1. He's going to be gagging for that podium in the next couple of races.
He's going to be hungry for a podium this season and just in the next few races. So it'll be exciting to see how he tackles it to get a podium.
One thing I'm a little confused about is Millsy not in the right car. He should be in an Alpine. That doesn't look like the Alpine's colours. I know he's retired. Someone will have to think... well, Bradders is in an Alpine, so maybe him and Bradders switched. Yes, that does seem to be the case.
Yeah,
I might not have the most updated draft board, because I know the team principals were allowed to swap. So we'll talk about Bradders, because Bradders is partnering Jacko in the Alpine. I made it. I don't have the final draft set up. Bradders as a team principal is absolutely exceptional. I mean,
yeah,
I think he's the best team principal on the track. I don't think I should be shot for saying that. I think he's been the most consistent and always a good driver to watch.
Yeah, I've heard quite a lot of good things about Bradders, so...
Yeah, obviously Yaps is great and so is Tom's. We do have an... that's off. Yaf Master Flash doesn't seem to have broken a wing, but he's still in the session, thankfully.
I'm going to put an honourable mention for a good lap here. Dropass going 4th, a 126.6. He's now on another lap. He's now literally coming around the last corner.
Is he boxing or is he committing?
He is committing to the lap. He doesn't improve.
He does improve,
does he?
But he does improve, but he doesn't jump a position.
Quite a few drivers retiring now, Chaotix and Gifted. They must be pretty comfortable with their laps.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Chaotix, he was the pick for Tomzo and the Williams. Chaotix was very negative in coming back into Tier 1 because he thought he'd be incredibly slow. As the Bruno just died. You know, the Bruno's just died. I just saw that on board with Yaps, who's on a flyer. Le Bruno just got himself knocked out of the session from damage, so that's a shame.
Oh.
But Chaotix's fact, the only driver who has a point deduction for misconduct back in Season 1.
Ooh.
Racing Point had this happen in Season 2, however that was a team, not a driver.
Right.
I don't remember Chaotix ever being deducted points.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
It's a very...
Naughty boy.
Charlie has come in the chat and said drops can get 25s, to be fair. He's confident.
We have Master Flash starting a flying lap, and he is the person that we're talking about next in the Haas with BRS Alex. Yaps has selected him.
Yeah, I'm currently riding on board with Yaps because he's on a lap.
I'm on board with Yaf Master Flash as he's just started his. His fact is the only Tier 1 driver this season who has yet to score a podium in NXR.
Yaps improves his lap and does a 126.9, putting him just on the brink of the top 10.
Yeah, Master Flash never scored a podium in Tier 1 at all, and the only driver in Tier 1 not to do so. That's an interesting fact. Hopefully he will do that this season. Next up is Bradders, who's currently in the pits, but he swapped himself from the Alpine, it seems, into... Oh, no, it's not Bradders. We're talking about Millsy, because they swapped. Yes, okay. Good, never mind. We're getting there. We're getting there. Millsy's fact is his name rhymes with another podium finisher in NXR. If anyone can tell me who that person is,
Come on, chat, get some guesses. I'm also riding on board with Jammy Jacko, who's now coming round the last corner.
That was a bad fact, Manoy.
Jammy Jacko.
Oh, let's see what Jammy Jacko does. He is in the drop zone, and now
he's
not
12th.
up to P12.
Also we've got Rob on a lap, Milkman on a lap, Tomzo is on a lap as well. I'm going to ride on board with Tomzo because at the moment he's looking to have a really good... Oh no, he spun!
Oh, he has! He's broken his wing,
it.
and he is going to the team principal. Is going to be out of Q1 here. Disaster result for Tomzo.
Just as I said, he was looking to have a really, really good first sector. He almost rode the card too much and spun.
On board with Gale Force here. He needs to do a lot to get out here. He needs to get around 6 cents. Oh, and he's spun! Gale Force has spun and hit the wall. What a shame. He needed to give it all he had, and unfortunately he's not been able to.
Which also
Milkman just sort of cut him down because he realises that he's safe.
Yeah, which means that Milkman is safe.
Do you have anything to say, or should I go on to the next driver?
Well, yeah, we might as well go on to the next.
Everyone here is fine, so we're going to just talk about... Gale Force is not happy. Very not happy. Oh, he's going to kill himself in this wall. Yep.
Yeah,
we got that on stream, no escaping that, Matthew. But Dropass picked for the AlphaTauri behind Scribs. Good driver, Dropass, but he is prone to a bottle. Master Flash not dying and going through Gale Force well there. Dropass's fact... Oh wait, did we say Bradders' fact? No, we didn't, did we?
No, we didn't, because
Bradders' fact. The Nick Heinfeld of NXR, the holder of the most podiums without a victory. 6 total.
Wow. Well, you'd like to hope that victory will come soon, considering the count of podiums.
Yeah, definitely. Dropass's fact has the most amount of DNFs of the Tier 1 grid. 8 at a minimum, so there might be more.
Ooh.
Also has 5 podiums, the same amount as Gale Force, who has the least amount of DNFs.
There we go, that's the end of Q1. We've got Kimmy sitting first for 126.2, with Artifact at 126.5, and NXR Mark with a 126.5 as well. So, very, very close from 1st to 10th, I would say. Or actually, no. Actually, 1st to 13th are all within very close proximity of each other.
Yes, should we talk about the cars in the drop zone before it goes away?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we have, who's in the drop zone? We have Gale Force, Bruno, Master Flash, and Tomzo. With Tomzo, did he crash? Yeah, Tomzo spun.
Yeah, he did.
Gale spun, and Bruno, like you said, damaged his car.
Yeah, they both... Bruno didn't want to actually retire from that session from damage, I believe. You may notice there's only 19 cars. That's because Johan, who we'll talk about later, wasn't able to make quali here, but hopefully we'll be able to make it for the race.
We've got a fact here from J-Will saying, fun fact, Chaotix only had 1 pole in his championship winning season.
Well, I mean, he's a brilliant driver on a racetrack, but does bottle in quali pace, so it checks out. Good fact there, J-Will, good fact. Gale Force, now, the next pick for the Aston Martin. Unfortunately, didn't actually make it out of that session, but I'm a big fan of Gale Force. Mr. Consistent. Loves a good P11 finish. His fun fact is participated in all the Tier 1 races and only retired once.
He kind of reminds me of, like, Pierre Gasly in F1, where he's like, you know, when Pierre Gasly always qualifies, like, P6 or P5.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Gale Force with P11.
He doesn't qualify that high. No, yeah. Gale Force's fun fact, he participated in all of the Tier 1 races and only retired once. However, he also has the worst best finish in Tier 1 of those who drove all 3 seasons, with 3rd place being his result there.
Ooh.
So he is... So... Yeah, very good fact from Gale Force. Only having... not finishing the highest, but always finishing. And to order to finish first you have to finish. So that's that there. We'll be on board with, actually, who's next? Is Gifted Feather here? Oh, Gifted Feather's Artifact. No, wait, no he's not.
No, he's not.
No, that's Millsy. No, NXR Gifted. NXR Gifted. Okay, there we go. He's not out yet, so we'll be on board with Yaps on the mediums, who we'll be talking about shortly. But Gifted Feather, now being called NXR Gifted, we'll probably mess up with that a few times. But, Gifted, the fun fact is, alright, this one's crazy. Gifted was the only driver besides the champion Ice Cream to score 2 podiums in a row in Season 3. And that was while he only finished 9th in the standings.
No way! That's an unbelievable, like... Wow, I actually don't really know what to say to that. That's... Yeah, that's crazy.
Then we'll move on to the next driver on the draft. Yaps picking himself for the 2nd Ferrari seat. Yaps is a good driver.
He is a very good driver.
Consistent.
I do rate Yaps very highly. Not just because, you know, I know him, but I do rate him very highly as a driver. I think he is very consistent. He races the wheels off his car.
Yeah, but he also looks into other people's team chats and tries to steal their information. So, owner abuse.
Yeah, owner abuse.
Anyway, his fun fact is the only driver not to score a win while securing a top 5 finish in the Tier 1 standings at least once.
Wow. Gale Force has said, anyone want to help me start a GoFundMe for Kimmy to help his back problems after he carries me this season?
See, the thing is with Gale Force, he always undermines himself and then he pulls out another P11 finish, so what
Don't
can you do,
don't
really?
worry, I'm expecting a P11 today.
I think we're all expecting a P11 today.
It's on the cards, it's bound to happen.
Definitely. Yoan, pick number 9 in round 2 for McLaren over Ali. His fun fact is, get this is a stonker.
Yeah.
His name starts with a capital I, not a lowercase L.
Oh god. Was that really all we had for Yoan?
What a fun fact there. That's all we had for Yoan. Shout out to Manoy, everyone.
Yeah, we love you, Manoy. Always providing us with the best content. Oh god.
Always.
Right, let's have a look. So we've got...
And to round out the draft...
Just quickly, we've got Mark, who set the fastest lap, a 1:27.3, Milsey with a 1:28.0. Never mind, Artifacts just smashed that, a 1:27.6.
All of these drivers on the medium tyre. See, Davies going on the softs and still very much slower.
So have a yellow.
Definitely interesting.
Slow.
The final pick of round 2, we all know this is coming. The team principal, Tomzo, has picked himself for a Mercedes seat. And while he didn't get out of Q1 there, at least he knows he won't be able to fire himself.
Yeah, he's basically set himself up here like, haha, I can't lose here.
Yap's getting a tow from Bradders as he starts his actual lap. He was doing 2 warm-up laps. But Tomzo's fun fact, to round off the fun fact grid, one of only 2 drivers in NXR history to have his only podium being a win. The other driver being Despised, who only partook in the series twice.
Oh my gosh.
And there we have it, the Tier 1 part of the draft all rounded off. You can check out the Tier 2 stream if you want to see who qualified where in Tier 2 and what teams everyone is in. I don't know if you'll have Manoy's fun facts as well, which is the effect you only will get here. So we're just better than Tier 2.
Yeah, this is just more
Although
iconic
I'm driving
than
in Tier 2, so that's a fair enough compromise. Me and Manoy are driving in Tier 2, so instead of getting facts, you get his driving, so...
Of course, and we love Manoy's driving, and we love your driving, so it equals out.
Thank you. I'm still annoyed that he got P6 in Abu Dhabi. Can't wait for his fun fact about that.
Yeah, that's just it. Just P6 in Abu Dhabi. Just that one
Yeah.
line. That's just my noise fact.
So, now we head into my actual commentating, where I can actually commentate over the racing, and now we're done with that.
Gale Force, but you make a bold claim.
What was my bold claim? I'm also seeing the Twitch chat now, so I can
There we
talk
go.
to people.
So Kimmy is
Yap's
also
going
Kimmy's
P5.
also come out and set the fastest lap again. So 127.3 on the mediums. So
Well,
it's all
Kaolix has just set a purple sector 1.
oh,
so
this
this
could
will be
be
interesting.
exciting.
Kaolix's quali has always been notoriously shambolic. He knows how to put the time together, but for some reason he can never be pole or never be
We've
up
also
there.
got-
He
we've
has
also
to
got-
do it in the race instead.
We've got Drop Us on a lap as well. We've also got Gifted on a lap. So I'm gonna switch between them two.
Yeah, keep us updated if they mess up.
Yes, of course.
Meanwhile, Kaolix here, going through the death corner. He's holding it close to the curb. Oh, he pussies out.
The death
So he's
the
gonna
death
lose a bit of
corner
time
is
there.
something I never wish to come across again. Many times have I spun out on the death corner.
Well, you're not driving anymore, so
Yeah, I'm safe from that
those
one.
who can't do teach, or those who can't do commentary.
I
Commentate, rather.
commentate rather. Gifted sets a 127.6, puts in P6
That's
as
chaotic.
Chaotix goes P3.
Goes P3 with a beautiful lap we were on board of mostly there.
It's a very
Jammy
nice
Jacko's
lap.
just on an out lap, unfortunately. But yeah, hold on.
Whoa!
On board with Jammy Jacko there, we did see Alex Geno. He had a bit of a crash and is now out of the session.
Oh,
that is,
no.
that is BRS Alex. Out of the session. I saw that on board of Jammy Jacko there quickly.
That's a
was
shame.
interesting.
That's a shame.
Milkman is 4/10 up on his time as he approaches Sector 3. Hopefully that's going to be a good lap.
This could be a very, very good lap from our old TP. Let's see what happens.
Come on, you were the one who crashed, don't you?
Oh no!
See? You are a face. You don't want to be a heel.
Made such assumptions. And it goes P10, a 128.0.
Good lap there from Milkman, except not because he's not going to qualify on that time. We'll be on board with Jammy Jacko as he will do his full lap momentarily.
Drop
But,
has backed out of his lap. He was down. I don't know how many temps down, but he went into the pits and he's now. Looks like he's gonna come out on the softs.
Okay.
So he's coming out on a
Here we go,
different
Jammy
tyre
Jacko to start the
compared to
lap.
everyone else.
Yeah, let's see
Scribs
how
also
Jammy Jacko
backed out
does
of
with
his
this
lap.
lap.
Scribs backed out of his lap, so he's now gone back into the pits. Gifted has also backed out of his lap as well, which would have been quite
We
a few
do have
down.
a spinner, and we do have Chaotix out of the session.
Oh,
I didn't actually
no.
realise it in time. I looked on the track, saw a yellow flag and a car standing still, and Chaotix, who had a very nice time up in P3, has bottled it, as I kind of predicted. His qualifying is always shambolic, and
It's
that will
totally
never
not
change
like
here.
you said this earlier.
It's almost like I know wheel.
Gale Force said, those that can do, those that can't talk about it. Murray Walker summing up why I'm
Yep.
19th and commentating tier 2. Gale, stop that.
At least you're in tier 1.
Yeah.
I'm literally in tier 2.
I'm
and
not
failed to beat
driving.
Manoy on points.
I'm not driving.
Jacko with a purple sector 2.
To be fair, I'm not driving because I don't have time to drive because I'm always so bloody busy. So that's why.
I think you'd have been picked anyway.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, Jacko here coming across the line. This looks to be a decent... No, never mind, it's not. P13 there for Jacko. We'll need to improve. Icelandic Rob on an out lap. No one else is really on a lap. Who's closest to starting? It's going to be Dropass on the softs. He doesn't think he can make it on the mediums, so he's going to go out on the softs to try and shake up the running order.
Is this a bit of a gamble though, going out on the softs?
Well, if you commit to the softs, you have to do a two-stop, or you have to deal with crap tyres.
Yeah.
So this is a risk from Dropass.
It's you have to see both sides of it basically.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm watching Dropass's lap. I do think Dropass is a very, very good driver. It's just, I think it's sometimes a little bit of inconsistency that lets him down. But when he's hooked onto the car, he is very, very impressive.
Of course. What I do want to say, Kimi and Mark, the two drivers who were battling it out for the win last time out, both setting their times, first and second, 1,000th separating them, and they both qualified on the mediums higher. It does say Kimi's on softs, but that's because he's pre-selected them. Look, oh.
Gifted has retired from the session, but he's P5, so obviously he feels a bit comfortable
Best time
with
on mediums,
that.
there we go.
Feels a bit comfortable with that lap.
Yeah, Perez retiring on P5. Very interesting there from Perez.
Wookie has said,
It probably is
it's
a
an easy
comfortable time.
one-stop with softs and mediums. Two-stop is unnecessary.
He's talking shit.
I was trying to think about it, and I was like, see? What did I say? What did I say? Drop house goes P1.
He is, however, on the softs.
To 26.4.
He has pulled that trigger, though, late on in this session. A lot of drivers are going to have to react to that, and we can already see a lot of drivers ready to come out on these softs.
It looks like Yaps is.
Going
Braden's
almost a
is.
second faster on the softs as well gives a lot of indication to the rest of these drivers of how much they could possibly improve.
It also looks
I
like
found it
Jopas is
Rob
going for
going
another lap.
P9.
Looks like he's going for another lap as well.
Is he? No, he's not. He's
No?
8 seconds down.
Oh, he's not, okay.
No one else is currently on a flyer, I do, but oh no, see Davies, 2/10 up.
Kimi's retired from the session, obviously pretty comfortable with that lap, him being P2.
Yeah, NXR
Then
Mark
there's
and
NXR
Kimi
Mark.
both retiring on those mediums.
That
That's
top
gonna be good for them.
that top 3 to 4, I'd
See
say, pretty comfortable.
Davies improving by over a second, but still only down in P12. He's going to have to cut the track and want to get back in and get back out. I don't think he's going to be making it through. I think he wants to do the medium to hards.
Seems like it.
Wookie telling us to watch Perez's strategy.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, Perez,
Jamie
I'm
Jacko.
not going to lie to you, mate. He's on the mediums and C. Davies nearly spins.
Jamie Jacko's
He's on
just
the
gone
mediums,
7th
so I don't know.
with a 127.7 on the mediums.
Good lap from Jacko. He's really committed to using those mediums. Perez apparently going for a medium soft strategy, which it's gonna kill your tires. And I know some of my my other boys were looking at the softs to mediums, and it just murders your tire wear. So it might make it, but is it gonna be quick? That's the question.
Who have we got? So we've got Scribs, Yaps, Braders, and Milkman on an out lap.
Rob going
P4.
P4, only a 10th off of Mark and Kimi.
That's very
on those
impressive.
mediums. He should be safe on those mediums, and if you can qualify on mediums here, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come as a bonus.
We can see everyone here, apart from Dropass in the top 10, qualifying on the mediums. However, Squibs, Yaps, Bradders, C. Davies is coming in, or trying to go again out of anything. But Milkman, Bradders, Yaps, Scribs, all on the soft compound tyre.
I'm riding on board with
They
Yaps.
could really mess up this grid. Yeah, let's go on board with Yaps as he starts his lap, going through turn 1 there nicely. He's on the soft, so he's going to have to full send. But if we're going off of Dropass, who can gain almost a second on Kimi, a 126.8 will easily put him P2.
It'll be interesting to see what Yaps does on the same tyre as Dropass and see if he maybe sets the time around the sort of area that Dropass was.
What you've really got to worry about here is drivers like Jacko, drivers like Perez. Because if all these drivers actually secure their time...
But we also have Milkman who's on a lap, I believe.
Could you invite Yoan, please, to the game? His gamer tag's in the Twitch
Oh,
chat.
he's joined.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you to whoever did that. Really appreciate it.
So Jamie Jacko has qualified 8th. That has been confirmed.
Ribs up on his time on the softs, but
Yap's just done very well to
but
avoid
Yap's
the
setting
curve.
up purple sector too. He's 7/10 up already.
It's going to be
He's
interesting.
already in P2, and he's gonna probably beat Dropass because I think Yaps is a better driver than Dropass. And we do have an off. I don't know who that is. I think that who is that?
Yap's just coming on to the final straight.
It's Art. Wait, who's?
Yaps
There was
goes
a car
P2.
up at the end. Yaps not being able to beat out Dropass. There was a car who. There was a car who tried. I think it was Bradders tried to do a lap,
Davies,
but binned it. I didn't
P6.
actually get to see. And here we are on board with Milkman. He's on the soft compound tyre. He needs to only improve by a little bit to improve. 5/10. He's already got that in his locker. He goes P2 himself, beating out Yaps, going into those 126s, which we're going to need to see for pole position. So we saw Dropass getting a 126.4. That's looking like the time to look at. Here we are with Scribs. I didn't see how much he's up already. Will he jump in? He goes top! He goes top! Oh no, wait, he goes P2. He goes P2. He was 100th off of...
No way!
I believe. Let me have a look. Yeah. Oh no, he's 3/10. The little wheel lied to me. Scribs P2.
The little wheel's
And the
a
top
liar.
4. Drops, Scribs, Milkman and Yaps, all qualifying on soft, so we'll be at a disadvantage heading into the race. But
Have Chaotic,
Kimmy,
Milty.
Mark,
Oh.
Rob, C. Davies and Artifact all qualifying on the mediums. Chaotix would have qualified on the mediums,
But he is out.
but he crashed.
Same with Milty, Gifted, Jacko, and
I
Raiders.
don't know if he still needs to start on that tyre. Can somebody in the Twitch chat let me know? But Chaotix, he didn't need to go any harder, but he binned it. He would have actually been P9 as well, looking at things. So he would have been P8.
Yeah.
He would have been P8 with his lap. He definitely still has the pace and could be looking to win a lot of races this season.
Okay.
The people that are out, though, however, BRS Alex, Bradders Rockers, Jammy Jacko, Perez, and Millsy, all out of the session on time. KLX out of the session with terminal damage. Since we're not going into Q3 late, we're just going to have a look at the race director. BRS Alex was the driver that crashed, as well as KLX. Bradders, I believe, did retire on track, but he didn't retire from damage.
Does anyone want an update on the crazy F1 race today? Because there has been some updates following that.
I would rather we not talk about the real race on the stream, as there was a lot of issues in it, and we just want to escape from whatever that race was. Gale Force providing the update saying KLX will have to start on those used mediums despite crashing out.
Right. Are we ready to advance?
We are, but we can't do that. We have to wait for all the drivers to load in and go. It appears one of our drivers is not here and ready, so we're just gonna have to wait. I'll let you take the reins for a minute or so. Really let people know who you are and why you're here.
Okay, so I did race in Tier 2. I raced alongside Shaman. We raced at Williams, and you know, I wasn't the most consistent. I'm not gonna talk rubbish.
You were consistent. You were consistently
Yeah,
shit.
consistently awful and at the back. And you know what? I joke about it now because like it was pretty bad. I think the one kind of race that I had that was really good was, I think we raced at Baku when I finished P11, and I was proper annoyed that I was so close to getting in the points. But I had like a few good races where it was like Milkman was like, yeah, you're really impressive, and it was like, I'm not. Not gonna lie to you, I'm not. So I didn't have the time to race, and then Shaman was looking for a commentator to join him, and I was like, that it seems like a good idea. And I think, did Manoy say something about me doing the commentary? I think
Manoy put a good word for you in the Discord, and I think it sort of gave you the encouragement.
yeah.
To
So
actually ask
Manoy
about
had
it.
said about what about asking Lottie, and I thought that'd be a good idea. You know, it might be good to do some comms with Shaman. And yeah, now I'm here in this.
Okay, we're not advancing through right now. What I suggest people do is, if you can leave, do, and we'll get you back in the session as soon as possible. Maybe those drivers that haven't qualified, just do us a favour, leave and join back. We need to find some way of kickstarting this into Q3, because I currently do not know why we are sitting here.
Yes.
We're sorry for the technical difficulties. We know how bad this game can be. I know you've left here and you've been doing your part. I have been noticing. We know how bad this game can be, so we do apologise for the technical difficulties.
It's typical, isn't it? They all just kind of is going all
Well,
wrong.
we'll do, Johan, we'll do. So if anyone who's actually driving can hear this, just try doing that. Just try leaving and get someone to get you back in, or get lots to invite you back in. We need to try and kickstart this session.
If you all, like comment like your tags and whatever, and I'll add you all back in. That might be the best way to do it. So yeah, when people say their tags, right? I've got Johan's, so I can invite.
Yeah, just don't invite him back yet. Just invite people back when it progresses.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have a look in the Discord to see if anyone's talking about this or what's happening. Gale Force is left. I disagree with actually restarting the lobby right now, because the people that have made it through on merit. We need to try and make sure we can go off Q2 results if nothing can be done.
Yeah.
And I see some of the mediums drivers actually agreeing with that sentiment. But everyone just try and leave, and if it kicks us back into Q3, we will invite you back. People just leave one by one. We'll stay in this lobby until everyone's gone, and hopefully that will kick us back into Q3. I don't see an issue if people just leave, and then we can get you back in.
What are we doing, sorry?
I'm gonna try this tactic. No, we're not doing short qualifying yet. Let me just make the announcement.
Okay, that's fine.
Lots leave.
So what? So are we all leaving?
Yeah, lots leave. And if it kicks us into Q3, we'll get everyone back. If not, we'll make a new lobby and go on the Q2 results.
Right, that's fine.
So, make sure that someone is aware of these results, and we'll go off of these for the race.
Right, okay. I have I've screenshotted it on my phone.
Brilliant.
Well, I've got, yeah. We knew I got the bottom 5, and then I've got the, I've got the 15, or the 14. But yeah.
Okay.
I've got them all. I'm just loading back into the game.
Yeah. The stream might go dead for a moment, as I have to restart my game completely. So, in order to get out of this, because I can't leave, that's sort of why I was trying to get everyone to do that. But we'll be right back if it cuts us off. But, we'll see you in, we'll see you when we
in
get
the
lobby back up.
memento.
You should be back. Hello, everybody. I'm not actually 100% sure if it cut away and if it did for how long, but I can see that we are ready now. I'm gonna just have to go through these settings for a moment. I do apologize. It might have actually kept them. No qualifying. Ooh. Hold on, I need to click spectate. My apologies. I'm not used to setting up lobbies, but we should be fine. I noticed that we're also on those cars. I will change that very quickly. F1 2021. Bish. If you are annoyed with these settings, I've just been told to do these, so sorry in advance. If you dislike them, that's the settings we always raise up.
Okay, is everything sorted? Or sorted
yes,
as it can be.
Well.
Awesome, I will load chat back up so we can see what people are saying. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yes, sorry about technical difficulties, we apologise for that. As soon as everyone is in, I can start doing the grid. Go ahead, one of the admins messaged me if those settings weren't correct.
We've got Gale Force dead last.
Okay. Make sure you click spectate. As soon as all the drivers are in, we can do this custom grid. Make sure you get your teammate in. Be responsible for your teammate. Team principals be responsible for your team, making sure that they are in the lobby and ready to race.
Gale put in the chat, save the setting, there's an option to do that.
Okay. I will look for that. Save and load settings. I will save it as...
If we save the setting, it'll be much easier. We're waiting on the second Red Bull, a second McLaren. Oh no, never mind. We are not, because Johan's just loaded in. So a second Red Bull, a second Alpine. That's it. So just the second Red Bull and Alpine.
Oh, okay. Tell me when they are in, and I will let you tell me the grid.
Okie dokie.
Hope everyone liked the name I did for the thing.
That's fine, not everyone's in yet, so I'm still waiting on a second Alpine.
Okay, we're all here, so can you just tell me, like, I can see 20 people. I need to stop messing around. Tell me who started where.
Right, we're gonna, hold on, just rewinding back to the whole grid.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, so I know Gale Force was last.
Yes.
Which was... So It was Gale Force. Then, who was after Gale Force? Was it Jaff Master Flash?
If you can go from top to bottom, if possible.
Okay, I'll go from top then. Right. So we've got. So we had. So at the end of Q2, it was Dropass, Scribs, Milkman.
Dropass, Scribs, Milkman.
Yeah. What was Rob put? So Dropass, and then it was Yaps, Kimmy, and Mark.
Yaps, Kimmy, Mark.
Then it was Rob, Davies, and Artifact.
Who? Rob, Kimmy, Artifact.
Rob, Davies, Artifact.
Davies, Artifact, okay.
Then it was Chaotix,
Oh.
Millsy, and Gifted.
Hold on, I've missed something. Oh, Jacko's too high. Chaotix, Millsy, Gifted.
Yep. Then it was Jacko and Braiders.
Jacko, Bradders.
Oh yeah, Braiders, sorry. And then it was Tomzo.
Tomzo.
And then I
Hold
think
on, my chat wasn't there, my bad.
there was
Hold on,
Tomzo.
keep going.
What?
Okay, chat's up now.
Oh, hold on, Dropass is saying, I'm not at the top, you done it wrong, I meant to be P1. That's all he's saying.
Okay, well, okay, so Dropass, Scribs, Milkman, Yaps, Kimmy, Mark, Rob, C. Davies, Artifact, Chaotix, Millsy, Gifted, Bradders, Tomzo.
No, after Gifted it was Jacko Braiders, or am I getting the names wrong because that's the new names. So the 10 to 14 was Chaotix, Millsy, Gifted, Jacko, Bradders.
Okay, so that part should all be right, yeah.
And then
We should be right now.
And then it was after Bradders, it was Tomzo.
Yes.
And then after Tomzo, I think it was Bruno.
Could you get it up, because drivers are going to be pissed if it's the wrong place.
Okay, hold on. It's because I only had down to 15, so I need to go back to the end of Q1 and I'll have a look.
I know Tomzo didn't make it out of Q1.
It was it was the bottom.
So go from top to bottom.
So
or bottom.
So the top to 15 is top to wherever you are is fine. 15 was Milkman.
15 was Milkman?
Yes, it was Milkman, then Tomzo.
Didn't Milkman just qualify on softs to get through to Q3? Make sure you're not going off of Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Oh, got a little late. Right, it was... Right, so... Milkman did get through. So, in Q1, in order, it went Tomzo, Jaff, Master Flash, Bruno, then Gale. Because we only had 19 drivers in Q1.
Yeah, and Yoan starts at the back.
Yeah,
okay,
Yoan's
so
starting
this
at
should
the
be
back.
the correct grid. Can we make sure, because I don't want to put drivers in the wrong position. Yeah, I realised that. Yeah, of course. So, Dropass on pole.
Yeah.
Scribs, Milkman, Yaps.
Yeah.
Kimmy, Mark, Rob.
Yeah.
C. Davies, Artifact, Chaotix. I know Chaotix is in 10th. So
Yes.
Millsy, Gifted, Jacko.
Yeah.
Bradders, Alex.
Yeah.
Tomzo, Yaf, Master Flash.
Bruno, Gale, Yoan.
Going. Yes.
That is the correct order.
Brilliant.
If it isn't, chat, speak now, or forever hold your peace. That's all I'm saying. Speak now, or forever hold your peace, but I'm pretty sure that is the right order. I've run over it like, what, 4 times now? It should be it. Bruno just put I was P48.
Okay, I think we're good to go. I really want to make sure.
No, it should be the right order. If it's not the right order, and we at the end of the race we're like that's not the right order,
race,
I will take the hit.
Realistic, approximate, strict, standard, bang.
We love Codemasters.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Right, we should be good to go. So can everybody ready up?
I just had to make sure I was spectating.
I mean, if you weren't, we'd have had to do the grid order again.
Yeah, I'm spectating, it's fine.
Good, good, good. We are sorry about the delay.
Gail put, it looks like it's correct, so...
Good, good, good. Sorry for the delay, everybody, but now we can get started with some brilliant racing.
Sorry for the delay, it's all Manoy's fault, though.
It's not Manoy's fault.
Manoy
gave some shit facts, but it's not his fault. No, he gave some great facts for most of the people. For most of the people, he gave great facts, and make sure to send them a cheeky message saying thank you for helping this stream a bit better. Reminder from Yaps. Start on the tyres you qualified on. So the top 4, you need to start on softs. From 5th to 10th, mediums. Everyone else, do whatever you bloody like. But don't forget your setups.
Setups are key, so do not forget them.
We'll also be doing a minute silence at the start of the race, so when the lights go out, do not move from your positions.
Yes, minute silence. Do not move at the start of the race.
Do not move from the start grid as soon as the lights go out.
Someone's gonna forget it.
Of course, I am joking. No. We don't actually. We actually go. We actually go straight away.
Imagine if you did, though. Someone would forget. Just.
No, we're not actually supposed to wait. We're supposed to go.
What are you? Oh.
When the lights go out,
yeah,
we race. I was making a joke.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not just gonna stand there on the grid.
Yeah, I know. And then I said, imagine if that was the case, though.
Ah, okay. Everyone, don't ready up straight away. Give everyone a few minutes. We'll go at 39 minutes past, or 38 minutes past, sorry, Yaps.
Go at...
38, Yaps said 38.
Okay.
So do not ready up straight away. 42 viewers, it says, on my Xbox Dash, so thank you all for watching this season opener. We apologise for the technical difficulties, but now we should be bringing you 28 laps?
I
or was
believe
it 21?
so.
If it's 28 laps, I've absolutely smashed that, but it probably isn't. But some great racing around this Bahrain international circuit. And
Bruno said 29.
hopefully 29 almost.
1 out.
I mean, who even gives a crap about lap 1? It's going to be carnage anyway. It's probably going to be like 17 laps during the amount of safety cars we'll have.
That is very true.
And safety cars might be the key to making a medium soft work, as Perez was wanting to achieve, according to a fan of his. So, everyone put down in the Twitch chat who you think is going to win this race before these lights go out.
What are everyone's predictions? Should we say winner and then top 3?
I'll just say winner because that's too much for Twitch chat to handle.
True.
So just put your winner down in the Twitch chat.
Who do you think? Who do you think is going to win today?
I'll tell you when the lights go out. There is going to be a formation lap.
Yes, there is.
So just tell us your winners. There's going to be a lot of drivers looking to prove themselves for this race. A lot of drivers.
This is going to be very interesting.
We've got champions, new fast rookies, some good old timers that are consistent.
And they
this
go
is going
for
to be a very exciting season. Well, that's who I was talking about, P11. But yeah, we should be ready to go soon. It's 38 past, as we said, to ready up. So I'm surprised no one's done it yet. Usually people are itching to go. There we go, the first one.
Sorted.
First person has pulled the trigger. Make sure you have your setups.
Yes, setups.
Or else it's not going to be a good experience for you. I'll have a look at the grid and the tyres I want, and then I'll make my choice.
I think that was the problem when I used to race. I always used to forget my setups, and then Milk would message me, be like, "Did you put your setup on?" And I'm like, "No, I forgot again."
You get it ingrained in your memory after a while.
It gets ingrained. It's like stuck in your head, like setup, and you're like, "Oh god."
So it should be formation lap. There we go. I didn't forget to do that. So
Right.
tyre selection. I'll go through this, and then you can talk afterwards.
Okay, so we've got the top
And then-
four
there
on
we go.
softs.
Yeah, top 4 on softs as they should, and everyone else apart from Gale Force has gone on to the mediums. No hard scene at the start of the race, which I think is a good decision. Gale Force on those softs is going to be looking to fly through the field, a la Jamie Jacko at Abu Dhabi last season.
It all depends if Gale gets a clean start though, because he could be very quick on the softs, but he needs a clean start if he wants to make positions.
At the risk of jinxing him, I am going to say that the podium here is going to be, in no particular order, Kimi, Mark, and Chaotix. And I think Chaotix is going to pull away a surprise victory here.
I think it will be Kimi on the podium. This is in no particular order. Kimi on the podium, Rob on the podium, and I think Scribbs on the podium. And I think you will see a surprise performance from Rob.
I mean, Rob winning wouldn't be a surprise.
Well, I have a feeling that something might happen that's a bit chaotic at the start, and it might affect someone's race.
A bit chaotic, possibly involving Chaotix. We will have to
It all
see. These
links up.
soft runners are all going to get absolutely... We've got someone who spinned off in the formation lap.
It was fun.
I didn't actually get to see who it was. I just saw a wild car go off into Nigel on the death curb. Good thing you don't get damage on the formation lap. Oh, shout out to Callum, who has subscribed to Prime. They've subscribed for 2 months,
Thank
coming
you
on a
for the
1-month streak.
sub.
Thank you very much for the Prime sub, which gives us a perfect time before we go out for these 5 red lights to plug Twitch Prime. And if you want to give Yaps money,
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Bits
to
and
Twitch Prime.
subscriptions. Go and give Yaps all of the money in the world.
Give him the monies.
Okay, would you like to commentate the start, or should I?
You commentate the start. You have more experience
You
than I
tag
do.
in when I sound like I'm gonna die. I'm not usually the one commentating the start, so this will be an experience, everybody. As we head down to the grid
Callum has put
for
in the
the
chat up
NXR
the
Season
outers.
4
He's ready.
opener. The Season 4 opener here around Bahrain. We're gonna have the 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go for Season 4 at NXR. Dropass and Scribbs, the two Alpha Towers, having
Scribbs
an
are
amazing
taking the
start.
lead.
Kimi going up a few more positions. Dropass and Scribbs fighting for position. They don't touch, thankfully, and that movement's up into P3. McKimmy on the mediums, going up the grid now, P4. Yaps P5. Mark and Rob down in P6 and P7. They've lost a couple of positions. Doesn't look like we've had any major deaths yet.
Davies has dropped down
Surprise,
to 12.
surprise, Chaotix and Mark fighting for position here. Wheel-to-wheel stuff. Chaotix gets the position on NXR. Mark, he is flying through this grid. Going a bit further back now. Bruno and Tomzo fighting hard for these positions, and he's killed Tomzo. Bruno has sent Tomzo to the Shadow Realm. It's going to be a yellow flag.
That's a yellow flag.
Please note, that's not my official opinion on the FIA. That's just me commentating.
We have Dropass who is taking
Dropass
the
pulling
lead
away
back
from
to
Scribbs. No
Scribbs.
safety car.
Kimi
The
sitting
Alpha Towers
comfortably.
here, they shouldn't, they're both a 1-2 right now. They're both part of the same team, so they just need to really play this safe and play this secure.
This would be a very good result
Getting
for
a
the
good
team.
constructor lead will be a very good thing to start with, especially how we see the other grid. The best other team right now is Yaps and NXR Mark, both in the points.
Chaotix made a good start from 10th
Kimi
all the
on
way to
those
7th.
Yeah, brilliant start from him. Kimi on those mediums, the highest up one, and managed to get the drop on Yaps, but I'm sure Yaps is going to want to get straight back at him as he is on the faster tyre. Gale Force still down in P18 despite being on no softs. Anyone close to making a move? KLX is lining up a move on Rob. Rob isn't using any battery. Rob is just going to play the long game here. KLX is going to absolutely sail past him up into 6th position now as he heads down into turn 1. Easy move from him, but Rob might look for the switchback sooner rather than later. Millsy going up into P9 after overtaking Artifact. BRS Alex and C Davies fighting over P13 here.
And Rob isn't giving up on
and here's
Chaotix.
Bradder's Rockers. Bradder's Rockers trying to get right on the back of C Davies. They're so close to each other. Brilliant racing here. C Davies and BRS Alex has been side by side for the past couple of corners, and eventually the McLaren gets the better of him. Rob is staying on the back of KLX, but it doesn't look like he's getting any better. Yoan is looking for a move as well. These cars are inseparable at the back of the grid. Gale Force on those softs is just watching and waiting.
And Chaotix has
but he can't get the pace. Yeah, but he's far back behind, and who isn't far back behind is Rob. How fast are they all going to take this death curb here up at the top 7? We've heard from a driver that we've heard from someone that esports scouting is here. I'd like to draw your attention to NXR Mark, who is a previous driver in the esports, getting absolutely dicked on by these drivers higher up the grid. Icelandic Rob here, going to be looking at Chaotix here, and he will have DRS in the next, not on this straight, but on the next lap.
Drop us to just set the fastest lap of 129.8.
Gale Force right on the back of Labruna, but we're going to stay on this fight between Icelandic Rob and
DRS
Chaotix.
has been enabled. This is not going to be
Rob
key.
will have DRS into turn 3 and 4, I believe. Let's see if Chaotix will be able to defend it. Chaotix doesn't have as much ERS to play with. Rob's going to go for this here.
Rob has nothing to lose here.
He's got a lot to lose. They're up in the points.
Okay, a lot.
Rob not playing the move now, just trying to play it safe. Everyone really sticking with the positions. We've had no incidents so far, apart from the Tomzo Labruno incident, and we've got no retirements, which I must say is a great success.
Yeah, considering we both predicted carnage at lap 1, considering that Tomzo was the only spin, that's pretty good.
I mean, these drivers are a lot more cleaner than some of the drivers in Season 3, and as Abu Dhabi's shown, we had no incidents, so it was a beautiful thing to see. We've got DRS here, though. A lot of these drivers might be looking to make a move, but Millsy might be the only one close enough, but it is on NXR Mark, so it probably isn't the best idea to overtake here.
Kimmy closing up on Milkman a lot on that straight.
Gale Force on those softs, so close to Labruna, but just can't get the pace in on him. But a lot of people very close to the death curb there. Yoan and Labruno giving everything they have. And we're surely going to find some overtakes here at the back of this grid, but we're going to need to go back to the front where Rob is going to look up and see if Chaotix.
But he's got to be careful because Mark is right behind Rob, and Mark isn't going to give in easily to this.
Now, Mark's just going to sit and watch here. Chaotix defending. But is he going to be able to stop a late dive here? Rob equal with him. We're going to go back onto Rob so we can see the view.
Rob overtakes
Rob
him.
makes the move, but who's going to have DRS into this corner? Oh, and Chaotix had a bit of a wiggle.
And that sets Mark free. That gets him
Mark has him through, and so does Millsy. Millsy going to get... Oh, Chaotix is going to be alongside Millsy here. Millsy squeezes him out, and Chaotix drops down a few positions because of his little wiggle.
It's stuff like that that's
Icelandic
key in the race.
Brilliant fighting from him. We go further back down the grid here.
Chaotix is going to have to be careful because Artifact is not going to back out of a fight with Chaotix. Same with NXR Gifted,
Definitely
who's
not.
right behind.
Well, actually,
Artifact.
They're both teammates, so I don't know. They might play it
They might
differently.
play it safe.
DRS train here from 7th to 10th. They're all right on the back of each other. All burning... Actually, no, I tell a lie. They're not all burning ERS. No real moves happening right now. Everyone playing it safe and secure. This is the first race, no mistakes. Good positioning here. Just getting a hang of your car, getting a hang of the opposition around you is going to be paramount.
They can't afford to make
looks
mistakes.
like Artifact might be going up on the move on NXR here, and Gale Force is out of the session. He bins it on the death curb, and it will be a safety car. We'll see who comes in because everyone can box right now if they're quick enough. Scribbs dives into the pits, followed by Yaps. Milkman and Dropass couldn't get into the pits in time on those softs.
Same as Chaotix seems to be as well. No, Chaotix didn't dive into the pit, sorry.
Well, I'm more on about Drops and Milkman, who are stuck behind the safety car and still on those old softs. We've got a lot of people diving onto the hards here. Rob and Millsy going on hards. A lot of people sticking to their mediums.
Safety cars are...
Double stack here for the Alfa Romeo.
Changing.
Yes, of course, of course.
Force
We see Scribs and Yaps boxing for new mediums. Icelandic, Rob and Millsy boxing for new hards. Everyone else staying out so far. Sorry, go on.
Force put in the chat, literally didn't touch the curb.
Unfortunate there for Gale Force, but I'm sure Ali won't lose faith in him so far. Gale Force is a quality driver and he'll come back quick from this.
Force putting in the chat, love being tier 1 having to push like fuck just to stay 18th.
Well, that's how we get better. We fight people better than us, and eventually we'll be able to get better ourselves.
Exactly, but
so it's going to be interesting here from Dropass and Milkman on these softs.
Dropass is leading what has been all 5 laps of the race so far. Of course, he lost the start to Scribs right at the beginning. Scribs obviously now being done in 15th due to the fact he pit.
Scribs deciding to box actually. I didn't know how close they were to the line, but if he was still first, he managed to make the move and Dropass decided to stay out. Milkman staying out surprises me because he wouldn't have done a double stack. He just didn't have the reaction time, I don't think. Yes, we do. Could you get the Discord link and quickly put it in the chat for this esports person, please?
I'm on it.
Appreciate it. We've got some brilliant drivers here at NXR, and a lot of them...
There you go. The Discord link is in the chat.
A lot of them are definitely esports quality, and we do enjoy having them race. This is tier 1, of course, the best of the best here at NXR.
And they've all learned their place here as well through racing, in tier 2 and all
we also have an
races.
academy system which might soon become a tier 3. So watch this space.
Which I do have some say in that apparently, so
maybe.
Thank
you for showing an interest in us, ERT.
Dropass still deciding not to pit. Quite a few drivers deciding not to pit.
If they box now, they go right to the back of the grid. I can see why the mediums want to stay out, because they want to extend their time on the mediums to limit their time on the hards, or even push to the softs, like Perez apparently wants to do. But a lot of these drivers on the softs looking to extend their life on them now. They didn't want to box and get rid of them. Perhaps they're just going to look to extend the life on them and maybe go onto the mediums or hards and do a one-stop.
Possibly. That might be how this is going to play out.
Yes, Callum, I can do that. Positions gained. Let's have a look.
Shaman, can you use...
No penalties so far. We can see that BRS Alex has gained the most positions right now. 6 positions gained. Jacko Gifted. Oh no, Johan's gained 8 positions. I tell a lie from the back of the grid. He's done brilliantly so far. Gifted and Jacko on 5 positions, but Scribs boxing has taken him down 13 positions. Yaps has gone down 12. Rob has gone down 10. But these are because they decided to box.
Dropass got a bit squirmy behind the safety car.
Just warming up their tyres. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. But yeah, these 3 drivers who have lost all these positions, don't be fooled. They've boxed. A lot of the other drivers haven't, so they might have to drop on some people later on in this race. See, Davies down 2 positions, but he's keeping his cool in the points. His teammate's going to be on him soon, and I wonder how they'll play that. Both the Williams in P5 and 6 respectively here. Safety car is in this lap, a bit of a late call, but we're going to be going green here. Let's see how Dropass makes this start.
And he's going to have all the control. He's going to have, he's going to be the one that's everyone's going to have to beat off the start. So Milkman is behind him. He's got Kimmy, who's very quick. Same with Mark and Artifact.
He's got a big gap to this safety car. Incredibly slow here from Dropass. Milkman is itching to go. We're going to be on board with Milkman to see how he reacts and when drops will go. Is he going to go through the corner?
You ride on board with Milkman, I will ride on board with the leader.
Dropass goes, and Milkman's right there with him. He's not lost much, is Milkman. Milkman's called him and read him like a book. In fact, he's even gaining on him. Tomzo's had a bit of an incident in the back of the grid. He's spun, and he's not going to be able to get back up to speed. Another issue for Tomzo, because I believe it was him. And
Milkman had a much better exit at the corner than Dropass did. Dropass getting squirmy.
Yeah, Dropass is going to be beaten here by Milkman. The Red Bull Artifact is out of the session. I'm sorry we didn't get to see that, but Milkman goes up in a P1 with a brilliant move on those softs.
But Dropass isn't going to give in that easily. He might be able to put some pressure back onto Milkman, as he's already doing.
Gifted flying through, beating Jacko out on the Alpine, and he's going to be looking at a move on Chaotix here. He's absolutely flying through this grid, is Gifted.
Dropass is going to have to be careful because Kimmy now has the speed to catch up to Dropass. Same with Mark, who can make speed up to Kimmy.
It looks like Artifact lost turn 2. And
Oh,
Tomzo's had to box with some softs. It's been gone from bad to worse for the team principal here, but this race is still going strong.
Drop Pass isn't giving
Not a
up
lot
on
of people
Milkman.
able to make a move without DRS, but Scribbs is right alongside Yathmaster Flash here. They are wheel to wheel. Around the outside. And Scribbs is looking to make the move on the death corner. That's brilliant racing from Scribbs in the Alpha Tower. He's got something to prove here. After missing out on the Tier 2 championship on race wins. He's got something to prove.
Master Flash has to be careful because Yaps isn't far behind and Yaps is looking quick.
DRS isn't enabled yet after all, so they're going to have to use their speed and ERS to try and make some moves here. Drop Pass, gaining a little bit on Milkman, but not enough. Milkman just doing very well on these softs and could look to get this. Yathmaster Flash looking for a move back onto Scribbs, but Yaps is right there behind. Oh, an Icelandic Rob out of nowhere! They're wheel to wheel. Leg it lunge from Icelandic Rob and gets the move on Yaps. Yaps is going to look for a back here. Millsy is right on the back of them as well. This is interesting fighting here near the back of the grid. Oh, a bit of a touch there. Millsy runs into the back of Yaps and Icelandic Rob still wheel to wheel here.
Rob's still coming out on top in this battle.
Unfortunately, we don't get to see Perez's possible medium soft come to fruition, but it was a good effort
Wookie
from
has
him.
redeemed the message saying RIP Artifact.
Yeah, Rip Perez. Rip Perez. Rip Perez indeed.
And here comes Millsy on Yaps. Oh, he was trying to make a move.
A lot of people there close enough, but again, no DRS to really help get that speed going.
It's all going to be down to, you know, raw speed and how they drive the car.
And I think everyone is just so good here that there's no big gap. Everyone's just sort of coasting and waiting for this DRS. Icelandic Rob on those hards, running a surprising amount of challenge. But Yaps is going to be right on the back using those fresher mediums. Nothing changing at the top of the grid so far. No one boxing. DRS is enabled, but they won't get anything yet.
Now it's going to be key for people to start to, you know, gain time to use DRS and hopefully get an overtake out of it.
We'll see if Yaps can make this move on Rob.
Drop Pass getting very close to Milkman.
Nothing fighting down here. NXR Mark got DRS, but I don't think they're close enough. Icelandic Rob is very close here to Yathmaster Flash. DRS on Yathmaster Flash, and Icelandic Rob's definitely going to make the move here. He doesn't stand a chance in hell, does Yathmaster Flash. Down the inside, and he made the move almost before the corner. The Haas has no option but to see the Mercedes fly past him. The #1 pick on the draft is showing why he's so good. Even on the harder compound, he is tearing through the back of this grid. Yaps also looking on a move for Yathmaster Flash now. He's going to get DRS into him on the long main straight, and he should easily make that move in theory. But Millsy's here to say hello. Round the inside. But is Yaps going to get a better exit? Brilliant racing from Millsy to find that gap.
Very close between Drop Pass, Kimmy and Mark and Chaotix. Chaotix kind of backing out a little bit and losing time to Mark, but he's not giving up on it.
Definitely not, definitely not. They're all within a second, so they're all going to keep having DRS. Kimmy here exceptionally close to Drop Pass. These softs might be starting to die out, and the mediums might soon be the faster tyre. These soft tyre runners are going to become under pressure here. We're going to be on board with Kimmy here. Is he going to try and look? Drop Pass using the DRS to sort of help Milkman, but where's Milkman's pace gone?
And Drop Pass
no DRS means no speed. And Drop Pass is going to make the move. Oh, and Milkman closes the door on Kimmy. Could that be wing damage? Mark's had to back down a bit because of the speed, and Milkman is going to lose out here to Kimmy. There's no way Milkman's going to be able to keep Kimmy behind for long. Milkman defending like a champ, but he's going to try and make the late move. Milkman gives him the space.
There might be contact. They're going to have to be careful going through this corner and through the twisty part.
Milkman's going to try and keep fighting this, but he's not going to be able to manage it.
Milkman's going to have to be careful
Bruno gets past Yathmaster Flash.
Close and quick. Oh, Chaotix! Chaotix really close to the back of Mark.
Yeah, they're all very close, and this DRS is going to make things fun. Is it going to be a DRS train, or will we see some overtakes? Chaos with a brilliant lunge on the curb there, but he can't get close enough.
Doesn't seem like anyone can get close enough. Kimmy can't get close enough to Drop Pass, and Mark can get close enough to Milk. Same with Chaotix to Mark.
All these drivers might be looking at their strategies and thinking, do I take the risk and box early? These soft runners are going to run their course sooner rather than later as Kimi is charging up to try and get a move on Drop Ass. He's going to set himself up perfectly for the DRS on this last corner. I don't think there's any way Drop survives this. Kimi with a nice exit on the corner. DRS, ERS,
Drop
all
Ass
of
is
it
going to have to
engaged.
defend like a champ here, but it's
He's
not
not
possible
gonna use
because
his
Kimi
ERS.
is so much more quicker.
Milkman's pitted. Milkman's
pit.
called the trigger on the softs. And perhaps Drop Ass should have done the same as Kimi. Takes the lead of this Grand Prix. No penalties so far for track limits.
Drop Ass is safe
Milkman
from
going
Mark
on to the
for now.
hards.
Drop Ass is safe from Mark for now, but Mark will get a lot of speed because he's on. Well, he's
Yeah, but he
probably on
doesn't
better
have
tyres.
DRS.
Alex Jones
And I
with
jinxed
the
it. BRS
3-second
Alex
time
with the first
penalty.
5-second time penalty. Sorry if I'm talking too much over you. There's going to be a
Oh,
yellow flag, and
yellow
it's
flag.
Yaffmaster Flash. He's had a bit of a wiggle. No wing damage, but he has had a big spin, and this is going to allow Milkman to try and get at him quick here on those fresh hards. Gifted, getting up close to Chaotix, but not close enough.
Oh, Minoy is in the chat. Minoy said 40 viewers. That's got to be going well.
Definitely, definitely.
Hello, Minoy.
Chaotix with an aggressive exit. DRS on trying to get the best of NXR Mark, who doesn't have DRS himself, but he
Gifted getting
just
very
doesn't
close.
have the pace there.
Gifted very close to the back of Chaotix, but Chaotix is closing in rapidly on Mark.
All these drivers fighting to the best of their limits. Kimi, P1 on those mediums, Drop Ass on those softs, they're dying out, but he's still keeping a second from Mark. But
He's
this
not
is where he's
giving
getting
up
all
on
his
them.
speed, using his ERS.
Kimi with probably the better exit out of that corner, and Drop Out dives to the pits. This is the call.
Drop Ass makes the call as Johan says, I don't need no team orders, I'm just going to take the position off of C. Davies. What a brilliant run from the back of the grid this has turned out to be, from last to P7.
But a good shout
He's
out.
definitely making an A
A
for
good shout out
himself.
for the McLarens riding 7th and 8th right
Oh,
now.
and Chaotix has made a move on NXR Mark. Sorry to distract you. Oh, and they've bumped. Gifted and Mark have bumped. Gifted trying to make a move on Chaotix as well. This is for P2.
Oh!
Chaotix defends Gifted, and he's going to allow Mark to get a one through here.
Gifted getting a bit squirmy out of that corner, but he's getting very close
Gifted
to Mark.
having to concede back to P4. Sorry, what were you going to say? Because this is an exciting battle, though.
It's just really good. Oh, there's a yellow.
Yaffmaster Flash has binned it again.
Just a very good
Can't
shout
seem
out
to get the tyres.
for both the McLarens. Johan starting from the back, and he's now 7th, and Davies with a very strong qualifying, and at the moment, very strong race with very good race pace, and he's working well with his teammate.
Yeah, definitely. One of the drivers that qualified on the mediums, despite his fact that he's so low down, don't take it away from him. He qualified on the mediums. Brilliant qualifying
Minoy
from
has
him.
said, "Hi lad, that seems like an exciting race. Did you enjoy my stats?" We did, Minoy. We loved it. We loved your
did
stats.
enjoy your stats, particularly Johan's.
Johan's stat was the best stat of all of them, obviously.
BRS Alex here, despite his time penalty, looks to be making a move on Jamu Jacko, who is in P5, to be fair to him. He's
Very,
doing
very
an
good
exceptional
race
job
from
in this
Jacko.
Alpine. He always undermines his own abilities, but tell you what, put him in a car and he will challenge for podiums almost every race.
And our race leader, well, who was our race leader for some time of the race, is now down in 15th.
Happens when you box, and so many cars of this quality. Chaotix, no DRS, 3 seconds behind Kimi, and it's just going to allow Mark to try and get the move on him. Down the outside, he's going to brake late. No, Chaotix defends well, but will he get the move down on the inside? Chaotix, we've maybe gone too far to the outside. They're going to be will to will here through these corners.
Oh, Mark getting
Mark
this
backs
one.
out a little bit.
Had to be sure of the
He looks
curbs as
fine
well.
for me. But he's literally right on the back of him. DRS will be a tasty one.
Chaotix is going to have to
Chaotix
be
has
careful.
more ERS. Chaotix has got more ERS, but that might not be enough. DRS in play here for NXR Mark. He needs a good exit. I think Chaotix gets the better exit there by some way, and it might save him for this straight. Yeah, no chance there for making the move. Gifted just watching this battle, waiting for a punch to strike. So is Jacko. So is BRS Alex. They're all here from 2nd down to 6th. They're all looking for these podium positions. And Kimi's just going to enjoy their fighting and get even further up the grid here.
Kimi's just going to see this
Extending
and
the gap
think,
to
yeah,
4 seconds.
he's going to think, and you know, he's going to be like, okay, I can extend this lead out. I might as well do it, stay out of trouble, and it might all
Yeah.
fall into his hands.
Is Chaotix going to pull the trigger? No, he's not. He almost does a fake on NXR Mark there. Jacko has, though. Jacko has pulled the trigger.
Mark is getting
so is
very close to
Yoan.
Chaotix, but Mark has made the move on Chaotix.
Yoan is going to make the move on Chaotix, but they're side by side. Chaotix with a late lunge, but Mark with a switchback. But Chaotix is still there. He cuts the corner to keep position.
But is Mark going to get a good run down this part of the track? He goes off the track.
He does have DRS, his NXR Mark. Would he make the move down the inside? Oh, no, he doesn't. Chaotix defends well. Fighting for his life here for P2.
Let's have a look. Gifted is now closing in on Mark. Bruno with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Definitely. We'll look at the penalties late on in this race. As soon as we see the penalties come up, we can talk about them, but as soon as they're gone, you have to remember, because otherwise you'll forget. Giraffe Master Flash retires from the session, having to crash
and
on the DRS straight after turn 1, 2, 3.
Did Yoan pit, because he's now down in P16 with his teammate
Yoan has pitted, he's on fresh hards.
Steve Davies now being up in P6.
Yes. The top 6 and Bradders yet to box. Scribs on the aggressive 2-stop is in P7. ERT, that does sound like a good idea. Hopefully that turns out to be good. But for now, we're going to focus on this race.
What was said, sorry?
A chance for a scouting race or getting some people in mind for esports. That could be an idea in the future. But we're going to look for this. Chaotix will finally pull the trigger. No, he doesn't, but Mark is. Mark is going to pull the trigger.
And Mark has a
but Mark gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. And that might have
silly.
been wing damage for a car. Gino, I don't know. I think someone had wing damage because I saw a piece flying off.
Also got Gifted coming into the pits, which launches...
Gifted has wing damage.
Launches C. Davies into P3.
And Scribs makes the move on C. Davies.
What?
The AlphaTauri back up.
C. Davies isn't going to give up on
the
this.
aggressive 2-stop. I don't think he's got a choice.
Scribs looks a lot quicker.
You gotta think, if you're Kimmy, if you're Chaotix, if you're C. Davies, you have to box in the next couple of laps. Those mediums are going to be dying out very, very soon.
Let's also talk about the fact that Yaps is now in P7. He's behind Milsey in P6, who's pressurising Rob, who's in P5.
Yeah, Rob and Mills are going to be making this to the end, but Yaps probably on a 2-stop here. He's going to need to make the move on these hard compound drivers. Rob making it going to the end probably on these hards is in P5, so he is an outside shout.
They've all gone clean through the death curb.
Definitely. Now, is Millsy going to pull the trigger?
Drop pass working his way back up to P9, then pit stops definitely help to increase his track position.
Kimmy's still staying out. Maybe he's going to do mediums to softs. That would be an interesting sight to see. He needs to go a few more laps for that to try and work. We see BRS Alex here on Yoan. He's going to use his ERS and get in a good position to use his DRS on the main straight.
C. Davies gaining time on
close to Scribs, but I don't think he'll be close enough.
Did get a good exit out of the next corner though. Scribs getting a little bit wobbly.
For BRS Alex. Rob, DRS on C. Davies.
Rob, hello Rob. Hello.
Rob side by side. We saw BRS Alex make the move, but Rob is the one we want to talk about. Those 15-lap-old mediums are coming to the core now, and Rob finds himself in a fantastic position. He doesn't need to box, and he's already up in P4. All these other drivers definitely do need to box. Scribs needs to pick up the pace if he wants to get past Rob on his next stop.
Rob and Scribs fighting. Does this remind you of last season somehow? Maybe not.
Rob is usually in front of Scribs, if we're going off of last season. But Rob has no ERS left. Scribs still has about 40%, so that could be important to note. Millsy on the hards as well, up in the P6. He's also in a position with Rob, looking to get high up the grid.
Could be very interesting.
DRS here is definitely going to turn a few heads. We'll see if Kimmy pulls the trigger. No, Kimmy is definitely doing this one stop from mediums to softs. The strategy teased about by one of Perez's fans, and it seems like Kimmy and Chaotix are both going to go for it here. They're out for so long on these tyres.
Rob is making
but they
a
still
lot
do
of time
need
to
to box. Yeah, maybe he'll get him on this next DRS straight, but he has to slow down a bit during that corner.
Also depends if you get a good exit.
away.
You got a very good exit.
Good racing from Scribs, but Millsy, however, wants to move on C. Davies. Would he push it now? He's going to put a wheel in, but C. Davies doesn't give up. He knows he had the right to that corner, and
Millsy's got to be careful because Yaps has made a lot of time to him, and he's not that far behind now.
But Millsy doesn't have to box, in theory. Yaps does. Although a late safety car would definitely heat things up.
Yeah, of course. Let's see what happens on this straight. Up.
Yeah, there's a lot of DRS going on here. I don't know if Rob's going to get the move here, but he's going to look at Scribs, sort of size him up a little, see what he's made of. Can we just point out that Kimi has extended the gap from KLX over 5 seconds now?
Wow.
Kimi has definitely got the pace, but does he have the strategy?
It all comes
down. It's what happens when you box under a safety car.
Yeah, it all comes down to when they boxed.
Yeah. Choose to box under a safety car or not, it's going to have consequences. Yaps. Making the move on Millsy. Millsy looking to make the move on C. Davies. Millsy around the inside now. He's going to go down the inside.
Robin Scribs having a little bit of a tussle
Robin
here.
Scribs, they're not close enough. Millsy did make the move on C. Davies. C. Davies might look for it back.
Is this going to be the move?
Rob does have DRS, but he's going to try down the inside. A late lunge, and Scribs gives him space fairly enough. They're so good at battling each other. Rob eventually comes out better. I couldn't get a good look at that.
The Scribs knows that he can fight back against Rob. He's got to basically perfect the timing right for when he wants to make a move on Rob, and he has to have enough speed, the right opportunity.
But the problem is, he needs to box again. Rob can just sort of eye this up and think, is this worth fighting at this point? Because I don't want to get damage to my car. It's very interesting. Rob has got the psychological and tactical advantage on Scribs this time out.
Depends how they want to play this, and depends, you know, how much they're willing to risk.
Of course, but Scribs does have the fire in his belly. He lost out on race wins, not even on points to Rob last season, and he definitely has something to prove. Even though those mediums are dying, his spirit surely isn't, as he's going to get DRS again on Rob. Kimi finally pulls the trigger. Chaotix doesn't. Kimi's going to go onto these softs surely here.
Scribs is going to have DRS.
We'll look at this straight first. He is, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near close enough.
No, we've also Kimi has made that for the pits, same with C. Davies, which launches Chaotix into the lead. Rob P2 and Scribs P3.
C. Davies and Kimi both going for this soft strategy. Chaotix is definitely also going for this soft strategy, but feels like he can go on longer.
Chaotix has made up 9 places
P8.
in this race. Bruno, running P6, has made up 12 places in this race.
Definitely, but some of the people that also have gained spaces still need to box. Minoi thinking Rob's going to win. That is a good pick right now because he doesn't need to box again. But we will have Kimi on the charge in these next few laps. Just you wait and see. Millsy on the hards looks like a good shot for the podium as Scribs and Chaotix still need to box.
Millsy is not that far behind Scribs. Scribs does have DRS, but so does Millsy. So this could be an opportunity for Millsy to make a lot of time to Scribs.
Tomzo has just been going on loads of soft stints, looking to get the fastest lap, it seems, to take it off of any other potential contender, but he does have his teammate Rob up there, so any points that go away from his rivals will be good. But Kimi is on the softs and high up the grid, so he probably is going to get that fastest lap, knowing his speed. No one completely close to anyone right now. Millsy is closest driver, and he does have DRS on Scribs. He does have the speed on Scribs. He's going to go onto the inside of turn 1, but he doesn't even need to wait for turn 1. Chaotix boxes.
Launches Rob into the lead. Millsy now P2.
The hard drivers P1 and P2. The medium drivers just can't keep up anymore.
Scribs not that far
comes out ahead
Millsy.
of Chaotix.
Scribs has DRS.
No, but Scribs needs to box again. Kimi comes out way ahead of Chaotix. Kimi P7 currently. Chaotix all the way down into P13.
Also launches our old race leader, Dropass, up into P6. We have a yellow flag.
It looks to be a slow car. Could it be NXR Mark? Does he have wing damage? No, but he's a bit scrummy. Maybe he had a wheel issue again.
Possibly, or ran off the track a bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But yet again, he would have lost a lot of time if he ran off the track.
Very close behind Milkman here. Will he be able to make the move? Two people used to fight as team principals. Now one of them is just a driver. They got demoted. And Bradders is going to probably show why he's the better driver. He's going to have DRS on Milkman here. And will he make the move? Milkman defends with his own ERS. And that might be enough.
Rookie saying in the chat, Kimby will win with these tyres. He'll be around 2.5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds a lap faster than the hard runners.
But it's one thing to get there, it's another thing to overtake. And even if that time is true, and he will have enough time to get there if those stats are right, it's going to be hard to overtake drivers such as Millsy and Rob. Can I just point out the Alfa Romeo's P2 and P5 is Kimi on those softs, as the fan stated, sets the fastest lap of the race.
Chaotic's not that far behind Johan. He might be eyeing up to make a move on Johan, and he absolutely
I mean, it's not even going to be a contest. Yeah. It's not even going to be a contest.
He blazes past.
Bradders also makes the move on... C. Davies also makes the move on Bradders here, surely into this corner. Although he might dive a bit too far in, and right now Bradders to look for... No, Bradders went around the outside.
Johan has DRS, but is basically useless at this point. He's made up time, but not enough to get past Chaotic to give him a real challenge.
Yeah, there's no chance these runners are going to keep up with the new fresh soft tyres of these guys. The aggressive medium to soft strategy might work here for Kimi.
Milkman in the pits. He's come out P16.
Yep, bad race for Milkman. He knows it. He boxed again. He must have had damage. Bad race for the Red Bulls, actually. Cal will not be happy. P15 and P16. Chaotix overtakes Jacko. I assume that
same with Bruno with multiple warnings.
Yep. I'm sure there wasn't a big fight there between Jacko and Chaotix. Jacko knows his race, Chaotix knows his. They're both good mates.
Milsty's going to try and eye up and gain some time onto Rob. Johan with a 3-second time penalty.
No one really close enough to make a move. It looks like Icelandic Rob has to settle down and wait, but Millsy will have DRS here on Rob and ERS. Rob has got almost nothing left. A late call from BRS Alex to pit onto what I have to assume softs. He must have had damage, but we have to keep on this fight.
Looking at the tyres, what we've got here is we've got the top 5 who have run 16 laps all on their tyres, with 3 of them running hards and 2 running mediums. All the rest of them are running hard, medium, softs, but nowhere near double-digit numbers so far, apart from Drophouse, who's run 9 laps on his mediums.
Yeah, at this point you have to assume Squibs and Yaps are going to have to go to the end. They may not be boxing again. They're going to risk puncture territory. This championship is going to be fucking fantastic. So go on.
Gilbert in the chat, I have taken on a new job of race engineer for Chaotix and Jacko.
Oh, he's experienced of that job. He knows it well, and he's definitely the reason why both of them are currently in the points. Chaotix on these softs. But is he going to have enough time to get up to speed with Dropass and that? Kimi now only 2 seconds behind. He can see the drivers in front of him. He can see the podium. He can see the win. But was he going to get there in the next 6 laps?
Rookie's saying a DRS train might kill Kimi's charge.
It might. It's going to definitely impede it, but the softs are just so quick around here. So you never know. Millsy always looking at Rob. Rob hasn't been able to recharge any ERS. Millsy has. He's got 5 times the amount Rob has. But he just can't get a good exit. Rob is driving his arse off here in that Mercedes car.
Exactly, Millsy's making all the time, but just can't get the overtake.
As I was saying before, with the softs driver, it's going to be another thing to get. It's going to be one thing to get there. It's going to be another to overtake.
And we've got Yaps, who's made quite a chunk of time to scrims, but it might not be enough to overtake him. Milkman with the fastest lap of 1:28.1 on the softs.
Going to be on board here with Gifted for a second, as he's going to look for a late lunge into Mark maybe. He is right on his behind, but I don't think anything's going to be happening. We'll go up back to top here. Yeah, nothing really happening in terms of fights. All the tyres are just dying out here, and it's going to be very hard for any driver to make any overtake. The hards have a better chance of overtaking than the mediums at this point, but Kimi has finally caught up to the back of the grid. Oh, but he outbrakes himself nearly into the back of LeBruno. DRS here. How many positions is he going to gain in this corner?
It's going to be easy
We've got a late
for
box
Kimi.
from Scribbs. Scribbs is going to be looking to go onto softs here. He's going risky, but I like risky, and so do the fans.
Kimi blazes
Makes the
past
move on
Bruno, but is he
LeBruno.
gonna
Is he going to make the move on
pass
Yaps
Yaps?
in the same corner? Tomzo was retired from the session.
Kimi
Will
has
it be
just
a
done
late
two
safety car?
cars in
It
one
is
corner.
a late safety car here.
This
And
is
he's
going
gonna-
to shake things up. Surely.
Scribbs predicted the late safety car, maybe. It's a brilliant strategy from him. We'll see who pulls the trigger to box. It's ruined Chaotix's race, but it might keep Kimi's in decent row. Because if Icelandic Rob or Milsig box, Kimi definitely
But what's going to
overtakes
happen to Scribbs? Because he called an early pit.
Yeah, well, Scribbs has the advantage now, almost. C.
Obviously,
Davies,
yeah.
Bladders, Gifted, Yo, and everyone at the back boxing for softs. They're going to be charging up these wheels. NXR Mark is in a field of soft runners, and he's not going to enjoy the results. This late safety car has changed everything here at Bahrain, and it's going to be an exciting end to this race. We see these drivers on 18-lap-old tyres. They're going to need to box, or else they're going to be eaten up alive.
Lucky that Kimi just did a Lewis 2018.
I don't get that reference, unfortunately, off the top of my head. I feel like it's been an exhausting day. I mean, I've had my vaccine, I've seen that F1 race, and now I'm commentating this. I am going to be absolutely shattered, but it's all going to be worth it for the entertainment that is NXR.
Also, he's going to just try and make more time up to Rob.
We'll see if any of these front runners end up boxing. Rob pulled the trigger, Millsy's going to pull the trigger.
But
Rob's got a drive-through penalty!
No!
He's gone in too quick, and it's not going to be the standard 5 seconds.
Bruno
LeBruno's
has
got 5
10
seconds.
laps.
Speak of the devil.
Everything is
Everyone
happening.
boxing. LeBruno staying out? No, LeBruno's pitting.
And Kimi has
Kimi-
taken the lead again.
Chaotix is actually right up there with him. This has actually played into their hands. I take it back. This has been great for
And
Chaotix.
Scribbs jumping up to P5 with one pitting.
NXR Mark, has he decided to stay out? The mad bastard.
He's managed to.
He's
He's decided
screwed.
to stay out on the hard. What is he doing?
And this is why he's no longer esports. He makes decisions like this, and he's going to get eaten up alive out here. He's on 9-lap-old hards. They're not at their best anymore. And all of these drivers are on fresh softs.
Well, apart from Kimi and Chaotix, who, you know, are a few laps into their softs, hopefully that won't have too much of an impact on what happens to them for these next few laps. Mark, the only one on hards.
Mark has absolutely screwed it again. He seems to
Surely
follow a
Mark
lot of
knows
races at the
what
end
he's
here.
done.
Mark knows what he's done. I think he's tried to say, you know what, I'm in points right now. I'm not going to be in points if I box.
Wiki put
He's-
Mark
but
about to get slaughtered.
he is going to get slaughtered. But Chaotix and Kimi, the two drivers in this grid that begin with K, they are definitely not taking any L's, as they are right here at the top of the grid.
That's elite commentary from you.
I mean, they might look to secure the W here, but I didn't think that was a good enough joke. Safety car isn't going to be in yet, as they're waiting for Milkman to catch up to the back of the grid.
Oh, come on,
Mark has
Milkman.
time to box if he chooses. Will he box? Will he get peer pressured into boxing? Come on, Mark. Don't do it.
Are you gonna?
You're going to
are
lose
you
either
gonna
way.
do
At least
it?
make it fun for us. He's not boxing.
not gonna
He's not
do it.
boxing. The mad bastard.
What is he
The
doing?
mad bastard.
This could end horribly for Mark. He could very much regret his decision not to pit.
To quote Wookie, if I was Mark, I wouldn't have a hard on right now.
Gail putting in the chat, it's nice to see an Aston Martin 1-2 right now. Yes, this is the second safety car that we have had in this race.
Only 2 safety cars.
It's pretty good for an NXR race.
Pretty good for an NXR race.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked.
This is I don't think this is an Aston Martin run, to be perfectly honest. Bradders and Gifted coming together.
Oh,
Bradders getting a
no.
5-second penalty. He must have brake checked Gifted, because Gifted is behind him. Some of these 5-second penalties could be removed, because we're not boxing again. And some of these 5-second penalties could be removed, but we're gonna, if anything happens in the top 3, speaking of the top 3, it's a nightmare for Rob, who, after driving such an exceptional race, is gonna come out of this with no points, because he's gonna have to take a drive-through.
This safety car could be game-changing.
I mean, it has been game-changing. Kimi and Chaotix haven't needed to do any of the hard work getting through the grid. Everyone else has just had to box to keep up with everyone else. Kimi and Chaotix, Scribbs up in a P5. He's been fabulous throughout today.
Of course.
His teammate Dropass only in P8.
But remember, he had a very, very good qualifying session and a very good start to the race.
Definitely. Definitely. We should be coming in this lap if the safety car minds. There we are. We're going up. We'll be on board with Chaotix to see how he reacts to Kimi's start.
Restart could be very interesting.
Could be crucial. Yes, it could, because this is a fight for the win now. Rob can't fight, but unfortunately, it's going to be down to Millsy currently in the top 3.
Let's see
Kimi and
what
Chaotix
happens to
are going to fight for this win.
Chaotix when he has this restart.
We'll see when Kimi pulls the trigger. Chaotix is going to be right there with him. Chaotix has gone a bit early. He's going to be alongside. This is going to be cheeky from Chaotix. He's going to try and do a me. He's going to try and do a me. Oh, but he's failed.
But
Kimi's going to
Kimi's
get the break on him.
And he's also
Actually, no, he's not. He's not. Chaotix is going to be right there with him. ERS
but Rob's
is
got
going
to
to
be careful
no.
because Millsy's coming up the side of him. They almost
Down
make
the
contact.
outside goes Chaotix.
And Millsy's almost ahead of Rob. Can Rob defend the position? Millsy got ahead.
Millsy got ahead, but Rob just has his penalty. He's not going to get anything anyway. Jacko beats up Mark. Mark is tumbling down the order. We've got Gifted's out of the race. Look at all this fighting in the back here. I can't commentate over everything, but you can see the carnage. Oh, and Rob hits the back of Millsy, getting a bit wiggly. It's going to say, yes, please, I'll have that position.
Rob.
Easy work there. Miltman gets the place from BOX Alex. NXR Mark fighting the Bruno, but it's not going to work out. We need to pay attention to this top of the grid where
and Yaps is going to have to be careful because Dropass is going to try and make a move. Rob pulls out to try and cover Yaps, but what happens to Rob?
Rob's just letting everyone go here. The drive-through doesn't want to make it, doesn't want to impede anyone. He's got that drive-through. He's out this race. Rob being a fair man and just going to the back of the grid now.
It's a good sportsmanship from Rob, but a shame because he's had a very, very solid race until that drive-through penalty.
Oh yeah, and Squibs is going to be delighted to get the one up on him for this race, even if it isn't on merit.
Of course, and Millsy is going to try and maybe eye up and move on Chaotix. Just depends if they make enough time.
It's going to be interesting. 2 laps to go here now. DRS will be enabled for the final lap, I've just realised, which will definitely be interesting. Kimi defending off of Chaotix, but they both do have ERS. No, Miltman's binned it! Oh no, I think he's just retired in the pits. That's not good for Miltman. He's just retired in the pits.
Ugh. And we've got Bruno and Mark fighting on the straight. Who's going to come out on front?
They're side by side here.
It looks like Bruno's going to come out on top.
But Bruno, obviously NXR Mark is on the hard compound tyre, and as we said, is getting battered. But he might get a point if C. Davies doesn't put his act together. Ali's going to be shouting at the McLaren boys, get your ass ahead of Mark. There's points on the line, you bastards. He has to do in
this race to recover a point for the team, and he knows that Mark is going to be an easy target because he's on the hards. But they make contact, and see Davies to spun, but he's then hit by Johan, and he's now lost position to Braiders.
They made contact, did they? Well, Johan's going to try not to do the same mistake. Mark is defending this position, maybe even a bit dirtily here. We'll see how he does.
Johan's gonna have to be
This
careful
is
trying
so
to
worrying
make
for
the move
Johan because he's so quick, but he can't make the move on that sort of thing. Millsy here will go back on board with the top. He's going to try and look at the move on Chaotix.
Is Johan going to get a good run on Mark into the first part of the next lap?
Definitely, but we're going to have to stay on board with this front 3 for the last lap of the race. DRS is enabled, and Millsy is right on the back of Chaotix here. Kimi's just going to run away with this because the 2 here are going to fight for second place. It's Scribbs on the back of them, waiting to pounce on any contact or any mistake from either of them. Johan finally makes the move on Mark, but Mark fights back for it.
Mark has lost. there. Sorry, Yeoman has overtaken Mark, which means that Yeoman is earning points for the team.
Radis is definitely going to also overtake Mark here. But
Yeah,
we're going to keep on board with this fight. No DRS here for Millsy.
Mark can't defend.
Millsy couldn't make the move. Well, Mark can't defend. He's on 13 lap old hards, the fucking idiot.
Drophouse is trying to gain.
He probably didn't have a
time
choice in
Yaps,
fairness, but that's fine.
Doesn't look like Drophouse is going to get time to make a move on Yaps. He is very, very close to the back of him.
DRS for the front three here. Kimmy's going to have to try and defend off of Chaotix, but Millsy's going to look on the eye. They're all going to be fighting here. It's all going to go down to the last couple of corners. This could be very hectic. Millsy right on the back of Chaotix, less than 2 tenths.
They've got one more straight that's now coming up, where they're going to have a lot of speed. This is going to be crucial for the last few corners of this race.
Well, Chaotix had a bit of a wiggle, and it's going to allow Millsy to get even closer.
This is where Millsy can pull the pin.
He's going to pull the pin like a grenade. He's going to charge through.
Lob
down the inside goes Millsy, and a side-by-side to the line. Chaotix has got a better exit, but DRS here for Millsy. Is he going to get there in time? No, he's not. Chaotix holds on to P2, and Kimmy wins the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Wow! What was that ending? That was insane! That was an incredible ending.
Chaotix holds on to P2, Millsy in P3, Scribs P4.
Yaps P5.
Where's Mark? He's out of the points.
What did we say?
What a wanker.
Mark will now know
almost getting
that he can't do that. Mark tried to make a gamble and then realised it isn't going to pay off. But Kimmy wins in Bahrain.
Brilliant drive from Kimmy. Well deserved. We'll see who the game's driver of the day is right now. It's going to be Yoan, starting from the back of the grid.
Of course, Yoan had the most positions. Race. We'll start from the back and finally get in the points. It was very, very good for Yoan.
But who is your driver of the day, Lots? Who is your driver of the day?
For me, Millsy had a very, very good race. Also think Yaps did. Man, I don't know. When the running order comes up, I will have a look and I will decide. Who would yours be, Shay?
Well, looking through all of these, we can always go on positions gained, but I think Scribs, even though he dropped a few positions, fought hard.
Yes.
But Chaotix and Kimmy, doing this medium to soft strategy, I can't look past them. Kimmy, even though he won and it's a bit boring, he has to be my driver of the day.
He did drive an exceptional race, to be fair, but, you know, Chaotix also drove a very good race from 10th, let's be real, to start second, and also, you know, challenging for the win at the end. Also, Jambi Jacko having a very, very good race.
Interesting here, Milkman getting the fastest lap by less than a tenth of a second, stealing an extra point on what would have been a perfect weekend for Kimmy. Milkman not getting that point because he isn't in the top 10, but he has taken points off of the Aston Martin team. The winners, though, in terms of constructors, are AlphaTauri with a fabulous 1-2 in qualifying, but only 4th and 6th in the race. So we go on there, Lots.
I think I've come to a decision. I think Chaotix is my driver of the day, to go from 10th to 2nd, but also be challenging for the win, and he put up a good fight for the whole race.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And you'll get to speak to him quite soon, as Lots is going to be doing interviews for the majority, if not all of the season. So who do you want to get in first out of the top 3?
We'll get Chaotix first.
Well, can you invite him through the recent players? Because if I don't, then the stream will go off. If I do it, the stream will go off. So go ahead and invite Chaotix in. P2, bit controversial getting the second person in first, but we'll see how it plans out.
Chaotix, invite. Right, here we go. Come on, Chaotix. That was a really good start to the new season. Wouldn't you agree?
Very good start. Yes, this is NXR after all.
Never disappoint.
You want me to get Chaotix in then?
I have invited him, so just wait and see.
Oh, I've just sent him a game invite. I'm stupid. There we go. He's in the party now.
Here comes Chaotix.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
The audio.
It has been included. Don't worry.
So, a bit of a chaotic ending to that race. I'm sure you
Just
would.
like a pun.
I'm sure you would agree. But what
Deal
was,
with it.
what would you say personally? How would you kind of sum up your race from a personal perspective? Because you did, you didn't make it to Q3 for quali, or also the fact that the game decided to die. But to finish second was a pretty good result for you.
It's more than I expected, that's for sure. But pretty much the entire race I was just defending off of the train of Mark, Gifted, everyone. And then, yeah, there was no way I was catching Kimmy there. And then obviously the final safety car came out, and I was grasping it. Like, it was so difficult to keep the fresh softs away from me. And Millsy, bloody hell, the pace on that lad it's terrifying. It's terrifying.
I was gonna say, how much did the last safety car, how much did that affect the ending of your race? Because, me and Shay were saying a safety car, at the start of the race we were saying a safety car at the end would play into so many drivers' hands, and we saw what it had done to Mark, the idiot, and we saw what it had done to people gaining loads of positions, but, how did it affect you?
I don't think I was catching any of the top lot with the original pace I had on as soon as I boxed for the soft, so it was the saviour. And then obviously the drive-through penalty, unfortunately for Rob, helped me a lot, because I did feel like he was a lot quicker than me today. I feel like he should have won, but obviously that's just how the game works, unfortunately. But he'll definitely get a win this season. And, I mean, Hungary's on the table, so who knows? But yeah, very unfortunate to see how his race ended, but it's promising.
After that qualifying, did you expect to be fighting almost for the win, basically, or was it were you just kind of thinking, I'll just fight where I am and see what happens?
I think before the start, I was obviously frustrated with where I qualified. But luckily, we had to have a lot of restarts, so I started on the fresh mediums, just like everyone else. Unless you're Gale Force, and then yeah, my start. I really enjoyed the start. I had a great little launch from everyone, and then yeah, I let Rob by at turn 1, and then the entire grid decided they wanted to follow. I was like, okay, cool, alright, I see how this is going to end. And then I come out the pits, and then I just get welcomed by Milkman and Mark colliding. I was like, oh, don't mind if I do. But yeah, it was definitely a race to remember, that's for sure.
Well, if it makes it any better, you won my personal vote for driver of the day.
Aww.
So, I
very much appreciate it.
I think Shaman said Scripps.
Of course he would say Of course he would say Kimmy. What a joke, what a joke.
Yeah, what a joke, just like Mark's decision to stay on the hards. Anyway, it's been lovely having you here for this interview.
Thank you,
Chaotic. I
Chaotic,
thought you were going to win, but you let me down.
I did. But nothing's stopping Kimmy. There is absolutely no.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him in a bit, but
Thank
for
you
now,
for
enjoy
your
the champagne.
interview.
And we'll see you around.
Alright, see you later, guys.
See you later.
Goodbye. Right, who do you want to get in for second place? Oh, sorry, not second place, second position in the interviews.
We'll get Milsy in.
We'll get Millsy in.
Because
Okay, I can do that, no problem at all.
I want to talk to them about the race pace because it was just mental.
It definitely was.
It was definitely something I didn't expect. So.
I mean, we saw it. He got P3, I believe, in Abu Dhabi. But I'll let you speak to him now. Hello, Millsy. Include your audio, pal.
Hello, yeah, I'll include audio.
Hello, right. Crazy race.
Yeah.
On the podium. Was that where you were expecting to fight, or was it just kind of, when you got into the race, just, do what I can and see what happens?
I think initially, I expected it to be sort of towards the front, because judging from Abu Dhabi last season, I was fighting more towards the front, and then Bahrain's a good track for me in general. So I was hoping to be on the podium today. But then when I didn't have a very good quality in P11 and then sort of had to fight back through, I was hoping for decent points in the end, so the podium was a nice surprise, to be honest, and had some good battle along the way, so it was good fun.
Did you ever think at any point, like, especially when the end safety car came out, did you ever think at any point, maybe I can win this? Like, maybe it's on the cards, or was it just kind of, did you think the other two are a bit too quick for me? Just sit back where I am?
I think with Kimi, he was a car above today, to be honest, in terms of pace. I think he'd have always had me and Rob body in, but P2 could have been on if there was no safety car, but yeah, I'm really happy to P3, and it was a good result for me.
How much did the, like, end safety car, like, play into just the end of the race? Was it kind of, did you think, oh, maybe I've got to switch the strategy up, or, like, was there anything that completely changed when that came out?
Yeah, I mean, I knew like everyone would be pretty much pit for softs, and if I didn't, I'd be left out on like 60% hard, so I sort of had to pit. But no, it's more than anything, it really brought like me and Rob back into the race. I mean, unfortunately, he got like drive through, like fair play to him, he did such a good race, but he's got so unlucky. But more than anything, it sort of beat or brought us back in because Kimi was going to have us easily on the fresh offs, and yeah, so it was. But certainly for a spanner it works for some people, but I don't think it was that much of a factor for me personally.
How much does this as well result like affect your like confidence for the next race? Do you kind of sit there like, okay, I feel a lot more prepared and ready for the next event? Like, how much does that just change your confidence?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I'd say I'm sort of a driver that takes like race by race, so yeah, it was good results today, but I know there's a lot of quick guys in this league, and you know, anything can happen in racing, so sort of taking it track by track, race by race, and hopefully we can be on the podium a few more times again this season.
Yeah, well, you had very good race pace today, so hopefully it's on the cards a bit more this season. Shaman, do you have any questions?
No, not really. Just thank you for providing some good entertainment, and you almost got Chaotix on the line there. Almost.
Yeah, it was close. I thought I'd go for a lunge, just why not? You know, go for a move.
It was just risk it.
As you should.
Yeah, it was close, but fair play to me. You gave me the space, so can't ask much more.
Yeah, it was very good. Well, thank you very much for your interview. And yeah, well done on a good result.
Yeah, cheers guys. See you next week.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Enjoy the champagne.
Okay.
Right.
And
shall
I
we
think
get
Kimi's been gagging for this. Not my teammate technically. Actually, well, not my teammate because he's in tier 1. I'm in tier 2.
Right. Let's get him.
But Kimi. He's a fucking legend.
Right, here we go.
From Gale Force starting last, it's a massive sandwich to have Kimi at the top and Gale Force at the bottom. But hello, mate. Fucking beautiful.
Here he is.
Fucking beautiful. Fucking
Thank
beautiful.
you.
But I'll let Lots take the interview.
Well done.
Mate.
Well done on the win, obviously.
Thank you.
So firstly, just it was a pretty flawless race from you, to be honest. You didn't really make any errors, and like, how did you for the race, you were in a good position, you had really good pace. How did you kind of in your head think forward for the race and just think that I've got to stay out of trouble? Like, what was kind of the mentality?
It was a little bit tense at the start. I had to try and keep in the DRS of Milkman because he had the softs and I obviously had the mediums, so I had to try and stick in his DRS to pull me along basically. And then we had that safety car, and I stayed out because I was going along on the mediums. And I was a bit concerned already because some guys, including Millsy, he went for the hards because they can go to the end. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I wanted to go mediums or soft. I already had that in my head until the safety car came out. So I kept going along. It was a bit tense at times. Almost lost the car like twice, but it was alright. And then, yeah, it was just getting onto the softs. And then I was just flying on the softs, catching up Bruno and Yaps. Kind of went for a double send on them, but it worked out. And then the safety car came out. And it was just defending from Chaotix on like 40% tyres, and that's that.
Yeah, was obviously the safety car came out at the end and it bunched everyone up. Did you ever, like, at any point think, okay, this could all go a bit wrong, the guys behind me are quite quick? Was there ever any, like, doubt at all?
Well, I was debating whether to go for fresh softs again, but that would have been stuck behind, like, with 2 laps to go and Millsy and all that. So I was like, nah, I wouldn't do that. So
It wasn't worth taking a gamble.
Yeah, bolt with DRS, and I just went for it on 30% softs, and it worked out, so it was all good.
You know, would you say that your like confidence is very, very high? You know, like winning races, you know, consistent, and you know, would you say that it's, you know, your confidence is pretty good for like other races that are coming up and things like that?
Obviously, we're going with some level of confidence, but league racing is so unpredictable. You just got to turn up, run your own race, be respectful, and then just see where it takes you. Because no one's guaranteed to win. No one's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So yeah, just got to do what you do.
Did you expect the race pace that you had today? Because you were undeniably quick and chaotic, and honestly, you've said it that you were just levels clear. Did you expect to have that pace, or was it even a shock to you and you're like, oh, okay then?
I've done a little bit of practice, but definitely felt better on the mediums today. I don't know why the mediums felt a lot better. They had a lot less tyre wear as well, so that was nice. So yeah, it did surprise me there, but overall, no, it was alright.
Nice. Shaman, do you have any questions for
Well,
our race
not a
winner?
question, but you have my driver today. Completely biased, I know, but mate, can we expect more from you? Can we expect more wins? Can we expect a title from you?
I'll give it my best shot, but we'll see. There's loads of fast drivers in here. I know Mark had a bit of a tough day today, but he'll come back flying next week.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was his fault. What did you do? What do you think about his ability to not box and keep on those hands?
The only way it kind of works is obviously because he was on hards from the first save, wasn't it? So
Yeah, you should have boxed. We all know.
It's difficult because it's all about whether you're in traffic or not. So that's why I stayed out in front, because clear air is so much better. And
oh yeah, you were on the softs though. It was a good decision for you to stay out. But anyway,
Well,
enjoy the champagne, enjoy the win, and have a great evening. I'm sure we're all tired after what's happened today.
yeah, absolutely, mate.
Agreed.
I'm hit the sack hard.
Right, see ya.
Thank you. Cheers. Appreciate the comments.
Thank you. Wow. That
To
was...
quote Chaotix, well.
Yes. Well indeed. That was just a bit of a mental race.
But yeah, I think that's all we have for Tier 1 today. We do have Tier 2 tomorrow, same time, 8:30 PM, where it'll be the same race, Bahrain, but with our Tier 2 drivers instead of our Tier 1s. But we'll just join tomorrow for that. Different commentators, but still the same league and the same good quality racing you expect.
Always.
But in the meantime, I've been Shaman.
And I've been Lottie.
We hope you enjoyed NXR Tier 1 Bahrain. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Bye.